home and auto. They also offer commercial properties, so retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road.
This is Sports
I'm Kevin Richard. The last time we saw Florida State Seminoles play a football game, they were getting absolutely blasted by Georgia in the Orange Bowl, and that was after they sulked for a couple of weeks about not making the college football playoff as an undefeated ACC champion, albeit without their starting quarterback. Tomorrow it is turn the page time for the Seminoles, ranked 10th in this year's Associated Press preseason poll. Their season opener is against Georgia Tech. It is in Ireland. ESPN's Jesse Palmer is on the call, and he likes the changes that Mike Norvell has made to this year's FSU squad.
He's brought in some household names here, DJ Uyunglele being the biggest, the quarterback from Oregon State, but there are a lot of other guys that I think are very talented players, guys like Roydale Williams at running back, who was playing at Bama, guys like Malik Benson, who was playing wide receiver at Bama, Marvin Jones Jr. was a defensive end at Georgia.
Jesse Palmer this afternoon on Carolina versus George. The Year Lingus Classic from Dublin. Coverage on ESPN noon Eastern time tomorrow, following a special edition of College Game Day live from Dublin. Starts 9 a.m. Eastern time. Florida State, 10.5-point favorite at ESPN. Bet your total 55.5. Round 2 of the BMW Championship in Colorado. Adam Scott fired a 9 under 63. Today's got a 5-shot lead.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Monday, college football is underway, and I'm going to tell you who the biggest threat is to Ohio State and Georgia. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
Let's ride.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tomplake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Scheduled to be joined by LSU wide receiver commit Philip Wright here in about 15 minutes from right now. Theriot next hour. Saints wrapping up practice in the Dome. Final preseason game coming up on Sunday. My goodness, we got a lot to get to, so let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Let us, however, begin with some fantastic news. If you have not yet heard, reports are floating out there that the Washington Nationals have called up former LSU Tiger Dylan Cruz. How about a big round of applause for Dylan Cruz, everybody? Let's give it a babe. So, Dylan Cruz, this according to a report first from Grant Paulson of MLB Network. We got the write-up at louisianasports.net if you'd like to go read about it. Cruz expected to be called up and would make his debut Monday night in Washington against the Yankees. Because, of course, he would make his debut in Washington against the Yankees. But, of course, Cruz won the Golden Spikes Award in 2023, and he has just accelerated through the Washington Nationals system. He was promoted to AAA back on June the 17th, where he's been now for the past couple of months. He's hit 274, 5 bombs, 38 ribbies in 51 games. This week, he's had 9 hits in his last 5 games. Muse and Tigers in the Pros a couple days ago had the story where he was 4 of 5, I think, one night this week. So Cruz has been exceptional. the glove transitioned immediately. We knew that about Dylan, and he's always going to swing a hot bat. So Dylan Cruz and Paul Skeens made history in July when they became the first teammates ever to go 1-2 in the draft. And we know Paul Skeens already has been called up, and he's right there 1 or 2 on the betting favorites to win NL Rookie of the Year. And now is his college teammate Dylan Cruz being called up. And interestingly enough, if you just peek ahead a smidge on the calendar, September 5th through the 8th, the Pirates host the Nationals. So in just about 2 weeks, we may actually get to see Paul Skeens against Dylan Cruz in the show in Pittsburgh, which would be great theater. And, of course, we'd all be locked into it. But congratulations to Dylan Cruz. When he left LSU, my contention, as I said very plainly on air, that he is Dylan Cruz is the greatest position player ever to come through LSU. And I think his college resume bears that out, and I believe it will continue to bear itself out in pro ball. So congrats to Dylan Cruz. Very rapid ascent here through the minor leagues in his first full minor league season, his first full professional season. And Dylan Cruz will make his debut on Monday night against the Yankees. So congrats to Dylan Cruz. All right, it's After Further Review. Thrilled to have you aboard with us here. Show Up and Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy in Louisiana with the great taste of Bud Light. Always a lot going on. Yo, your weekends without football are donezo. I mean, we got week 0. So if you're going to be kicking back on the couch, make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud Light, the official beer of the LSU Tigers. And if you're shopping this weekend, be on the lookout. Great retailers all over have the LSU Bud Light cans and aluminum bottles. We got the aluminum bottle right here on the set with us. If you haven't seen it, I know our guy Hunt's out at Rouse's on Burbank today for the Rouse's remote. You can swing on into the Rouse's right there, any great retailer, and pick up the ice-cold Bud Light LSU aluminum bottles and cans. Check it out. Drink easy with the Tigers, the official beer of AFR. That's Bud Light. The good news kind of kept on coming. While a great honor, certainly for Dylan Cruz, a couple of other great honors were announced on Thursday night. LSU practiced on Thursday night in Tiger Stadium, and then afterwards, Brian Kelly made the announcements for the numbers 7 and 18 jerseys. Congratulations to Harold Perkins, who will wear number 7 along with Will Campbell. A great honor, no doubt, for Harold Perkins. A couple of former linebackers who wore that number. Ollie Highsmith was a national champion in 07. All-American wore that jersey. Of course, who could forget Trev Falk, where he and Brady James made the 7-11 combo. You know, late DiNardo, early Nick Saban era. And wore it with a lot of pride. And as for the number 18, I think we all yesterday when we were here, didn't we all say Josh Williams?
We did.
Okay, so we were all right, kind of, because Josh Williams was awarded the number 18 jersey, but so was Greg Penn. LSU released this video. Here's Brian Kelly addressing the team when he made the announcement of the number 18 jerseys.
The number 18 jersey, Matt Mock, is a quarterback who came to LSU, who's won the national championship, wearing the number 18. And he epitomized all the intangibles of a teammate. Gave himself to all the things that we talk about in terms of having great traits. He passed that number on to another great, Jacob Hester, number 18. And throughout the last 25 years, the number 18 has been passed down to a player that brings all those traits of a great teammate, somebody that has given himself up for the team. And this year, we got 2 number 18s. The first recipient is Josh Williams. And the other 18 that will wear it proudly and represents us in the best fashion is Greg Penn.
It means the world to me. Just like I said, coming in as a walk-on and being here for as long as I've been here, I've got to play with different 18s and see what they meant to the team and how much of a leader they were. So for me to have the opportunity to actually represent LSU with number 18, it's a blessing.
It means a lot to me, really. Just the guys that came before me, that since I've been on the team, seeing those guys wear the number, what they stand for, how they go about their everyday life. just seeing those guys and what they do. So it's just crazy to think that I'm wearing it this year, my last year. I'm just honored, really. Just excited to go out there and wear it with pride.
Congratulations to Josh Williams and Greg Penn. Really well done there. I'm glad LSU did film Brian Kelly announcing it so we could all share in that as well. A very cool thing. Look, I've said it often that for me personally, I don't really care about the jersey numbers. You could put a poop emoji on the front of someone's jersey and just go play and be awesome. But for the players, if it means something, then of course you keep doing this. And it's something that those guys very clearly care about. They wear that with pride and honor. They want to represent number 18. They want to represent the number 7. So if that's something that the players care deeply about, then who cares what I think? I mean, absolutely keep doing that if it motivates your team and it's a symbol to identify leadership within your organization. And you heard Josh Williams say it there. He came in as a walk-on out of the Houston area. Josh Williams was a freshman walk-on on the 2019 national championship team. That's how long he's been here. So you saw Caleb on Chasson wear the number 18 then. Of course, you saw guys like Damone Clark and B.J. Ojolari wear the number 18. So you've continued to see it passed along and see great players wear that jersey number, and he'll be the next in this long line. I'm going to be fascinated to see how these two guys factor in wearing the 18, because Josh Williams and Greg Penn are veteran guys that LSU, no doubt, is preparing to count on heavily this season. But you also have young guys behind them that have super high ceilings. Like, I'm fascinated to see how Caleb Jackson might emerge this season. Obviously, when you look at linebacker, I mean, they've talked about, and Blake Baker's talked about using all 4 guys, and I certainly think Greg Penn is going to start alongside Harold Perkins, but the Weeks brothers, especially with West Weeks now having a little bit of a foot sprain and Whit Weeks ascending, could certainly take more and more reps. But how that all works this season will be fascinating to watch, and a couple of guys that'll help pace the leadership on this team with Josh Williams and Greg Penn. So congrats to those guys. All right, it's After Further Review. Our Friday shows are brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We're glad you're aboard with us. Let me knock out our first break of the show. We're scheduled to be joined by Philip Wright here. I know that's the LSU wide receiver commitment out of Destrehan. I know he was wrapping up practice, then was going to join us. So as soon as he's done there, we'll have him. Hopefully it's here. If not, we'll bump him a few minutes, but that's coming up here shortly. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
I know it's Friday. I know you're probably heading home right now and you're not thinking about long-term plans of building a pool or something like that, but I really want to hammer this message home. And maybe even if you don't call Duplessis Builders today, maybe today is the day that you go home this weekend and you start visiting their website, duplessisbuilders.net, duplessisbuilders.net, duplessisbuilders.net. It's, of course, pools, building it from scratch. If it's renovating or remodeling a current pool at a home that you bought, they do all that. They can build your outdoor kitchen. Go check out the website. Go look at their gallery, their beautiful work. Learn more about their process, because it's so important with timing. Like, if you sign up for a new pool now, I mean, it ain't going to be ready by the time the cold weather's here. But you want to sign up now so you can go through all the permitting, everything that goes along with it. Then obviously build the pool, have the landscaping done, so when spring rolls around, you're ready to roll. It's duplessisbuilders.net.
Back to school savings at Bayou Ford. $12,000 off F-150, $12,000 off a new 2024 Ford F-150, and $10,000 off Expedition. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
LSU added a big piece to the class here recently when 4-star wide receiver Philip Wright out of Destrehan flipped from Michigan to the Tigers. And Philip Wright, good enough to join us for a couple of minutes here. Hey, man, thanks for the time. How are you?
Me, I'm doing pretty good. Blessed to be here.
Hey, man, glad to have you. We appreciate you for making some time. Hey, let me start just with that decision where we led with. You committed to Michigan, made the decision to flip to LSU. Why did you make that decision?
Coming in the beginning, Michigan had checked all the boxes, and me coming to that splash and being able to pick the coach's brains and see other opportunities, LSU just, at the end of the day, checked more boxes. And that's why I felt at home. It's a home feeling, it's crazy feeling. So at the end of the day, I felt like LSU was the best for me.
We talked not long ago about Destrehan here on the show, because obviously you committed, you got a teammate committed, Kalaj Cobbins, who was your teammate a year ago at Destrehan, is now a freshman at LSU. And there's a long line, the Jeffersons and John Emery. It's a long line of LSU players from Destrehan. How much, take me there into that program. How big of a deal is that, Phillip, to be a guy from Destrehan and have the honor or the opportunity to play at LSU?
It's an amazing feeling. Like I said before, it's home. Plus I got my teammates there, so they get to tell me the insides of what's good about the school and what's bad. But it's a blessing. Some of the best athletes coming from Destrehan got the opportunity to play at LSU, and me following behind these footsteps, that would be amazing.
Philip Wright is our guest. Make sure you follow him on Twitter, X, of course, on Instagram as well. Hey, throughout this process, even when you committed to Michigan, the LSU staff continued recruiting you, obviously. They pulled off the flip, and you picked LSU. What's your relationship like? I would assume Cortez Hankton, Frank Wilson led the way there. What's your relationship like with the LSU staff?
Our relationship has gained more over the past few months, just talking every day with them being able to pick my brain, I'm able to pick their brain, and just gain a stronger relationship, because without the relationship, we nothing. So we've been talking for a while. They're showing me how I could be used on the LSU offense. Me coming in, making a big impact with my speed and my other abilities with the best quarterback, Bryce Underwood, leaving Michigan to go to LSU. So, yeah.
Hey, man, go a little deeper there. So that is interesting. So you were committed to Michigan, where Bryce is from. Now you're an LSU commit with Bryce. Did he talk to you when you were committed to Michigan?
We talked a little bit. We didn't talk too much.
Okay. What did he say? I mean, did he ever talk to you, try to get you to flip to LSU?
I think once I committed to Michigan, he started following me, and then that's when the staff started pushing hard. So I think it was all like a little on our same little line.
Yeah. Philip Wright's our guest, receiver out of Destrehan. He's an LSU commit. Hey, let's talk a little bit about you as a player. I mean, we all see the track speed that you got, and that's obviously a big part of your game. But walk me through who you are as a receiver. Like, what's your game like?
So as a receiver, I think I'm a game changer. With the ball in my hand, I can make many things happen, and not shock people with the moves I come up with. I'm not just fast. Like, I could make a person miss. I could break tackles and everything. So I'm an athlete at the end of the day, and don't disrespect me.
Do you return kicks and punts as well? Is that something you like to do at LSU?
Yes, I do kick return and punt return. I like to get in the backfield and just different ways to get my hand on the ball to make things happen.
Where in your senior season would you say you'd like to improve?
I like to improve on just getting a little more shifty. You can always work on everything, even some things that I might not name right now. I just want to help my get that.
Understand. When we look at your profile, I know sometimes you look at the recruiting profiles, guys grow. I'm looking at 5'11", 170. Is that about where you are right now?
I'm actually 6 foot.
Okay, 6 foot, about 170.
Yeah.
Do you want to get bigger? Is that something that the coaches, strength and conditioning staff talk to you about, like putting on some size by the time you get to campus?
They say I could get a little weight, but you want to keep that speed on you, so I don't need to gain too much.
No doubt. Philip, I got two more things for you. One, I know sometimes would you be allowed to enroll early? Like, is your plan to be here in the spring, or would you be a summer enrollee?
I would be a summer enrollee because I'm running track, so I plan on winning the state championship at LSU, and then coming back.
Nice, that a babe. Go get you a few more rings, hang a few more banners.
Yeah.
Are you going to run track in college? Is that something you want to do?
Yes, I will be running track as well.
Okay, so like legit track speed, no doubt. All right, last thing. We've been seeing your former teammate, Kalaj Cobbins, who's just like terrorizing people. Like, he's hard to block. What was it like watching him play in high school?
Me being next to him every day and him pushing us every day. He gave it to the team. It was like, they got to be on your mind this year. Like the year we won state in 22, he was one of the main leaders. He was pushing us. And coming into that next season, he was just trying to push us even more to get our minds right. And his work ethic is crazy. Like, he works after practice. He works before practice. Like, so I think he's a good person to follow if you want to follow somebody.
Man, the Destrehan pipeline at LSU still strong. Philip Wright, receiver for the class of 2025, 4-star, now committed to the Tigers after previously having been committed to Michigan. Glad you're staying home, man. We appreciate a couple of minutes today. Thanks for making some time. Have a great senior year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's our pleasure. That's Philip Wright. It's After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. That's firstsouthland.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Of course, in agriculture, they've known about First South. Farmers know about First South Farm Credit. You need 1,000 acres of farmland. Everybody knows First South Farm Credit. What you may not know, though, is First South Farm Credit can help you buy that recreational property, that hunting property. Maybe you don't want to hunt on somebody else's lease. You want your own hunting property this season. Reach out to our friends at First South Farm Credit. They can walk you through that process. And a lot of times, people who buy land already own land. So you want to roll some equity into land you already own into the purchase of a new piece of land. They can help with that as well. It's First South Farm Credit. Go to firstsouthland.com. That's firstsouthland.com. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. Appreciate Philip right there for a couple of minutes. It is a busy recruiting weekend ahead. On Saturday, remember, Aiden Anding, the cornerback out of Ruston, is set to announce. We're fully anticipating that Aiden Anding will pick the LSU Tigers. Shea Dixon told us Aiden Anding was prepared to commit to Texas. Then LSU gave him his offer, his formal committable offer, held off on that. Now everyone is anticipating that Aiden Anding on Saturday will pick the Tigers. And they will also find out Jonah Williams, his decision. So Jonah Williams, 5-star, number 1 safety in America, one of the top baseball prospects in America. We've talked a ton about him. I don't know what direction this is going to go. Talked to Shea Dixon earlier in the week, and Shea kind of said he thought he was leaning towards to Texas, that may be where he ends up. Steve Wiltfong, I think we shared this yesterday on the show if you didn't see it, but Steve Wiltfong from On3 put in a prediction for Texas to land Jonah Williams as well. And Jonah Williams then went and quote tweeted Steve Wiltfong, said, "Oh, yay, more predictions," like almost an eye roll type thing. But I don't know. It would be a major, major coup if LSU could pull off Jonah Williams, but we'll find out. And obviously the other one we're keeping an eye on is Buddy Mathis, the defensive lineman out of Georgia, who looks like LSU's in the lead there. No announcement or commitment date set, but could pop at any time. So we'll see if Mathis might make a commitment this weekend as well. Keeping an eye on a lot of recruiting things. But Philip Wright's one that's really exciting for all the reasons we've talked about whenever he flipped. He's a composite 3-star, but he is a 4-star by Rivals. He's ranked, when you look at the receivers, he's ranked as high as 49. He's a top 10 player in the state of Louisiana for the class of 2025. Legit track speed. You heard him say he's going to run track at LSU as well. That's the kind of guy you want to stay home. And Destrehan's been really good to LSU. So Destrehan's got another freak show that they want to roll through Baton Rouge in the purple and gold. I'd say come on, because they've had a ton of success with that program, sending kids to LSU over the years. So congrats to Philip Wright on his commitment. We appreciate a couple of minutes there. All right, it's after further review. Theriot, 34 minutes from right now. We'll knock out a quick break. We'll go around the SEC. The Saints were on the practice field today, actually practicing in the Dome, an open practice for fans. We got some news, notes, some roster moves as well. The Saints added a familiar face. Ross Jackson has his 53-man roster projection out. It's up right now at louisianasports.net if you want to check it out. A ton to do today. And glad you're here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Y'all get on by this weekend. See our friends over at Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations, you know where they are. Siegen near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local, shop local. Clegg's has been in business for more than 60 years. So they've got the relationships. They've got all of the product, the inventory, full greenhouses. What a great time of year to go just plant something. Get by Clegg's. Check out all their great selection. Remember, whenever they get new shipments of plants and all that sort of stuff in, they're really good about posting them on social media so you can see when they get new shipments in what they have available. So get on by any of this, their Facebook, their social media accounts. You can see it there. Remember, if you have issue with pests as well, get on by for the unwanted intruders. They can help you at Clegg's Nursery. So get on by. They got the Aeon mosquito barrier that you can find there in the end cap. So get by and see our friends today. Buy local, shop local. Tell them I sent you to Clegg's Nursery.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Get ready to make some picks for this year's college football pick'em presented by Hooters. Pre-register now at 1045ESPN.com. Weekly winners will be entered to win a 2-night stay at the Beau Rivage, and the first place season-long champion will receive a 75-inch 4K flat-screen TV and soundbar. It's the 2024 College Football Pick'em presented by Hooters.
Ross Dellinger has a story up over at Yahoo if you haven't read it yet, if you haven't heard the news yet. Ross is reporting that the NCAA is proposing the elimination of the spring football transfer portal window. And even more than just the proposal, what Ross is reporting is that the NCAA Football Oversight Committee is expected to enact this rule. So effective this coming spring, there would be no spring transfer portal window. If you're wondering, the NCAA Football Oversight Committee is a group of administrators, school administrators that make up that committee that oversee the rules and the implementation of those rules. I know there's a lot of you right now that are probably saying, thank God, hallelujah, get rid of that stupid portal window in the spring. And I'm here to tell you that if the NCAA, the Football Oversight Committee, passes this, enacts this rule, this legislation that eliminates the spring transfer portal window, they are going to get sued to holy hell and back. And they're going to lose again because the precedent is there with the courts that any time they try to enact any type of rule or legislation that limits, restrains, restricts, handcuffs, however you want to say it, student athletes, they lose. So they can do it. They can. The Football Oversight Committee can enact this, but they're going to lose because you know what effectively that is by eliminating a portal window. That is in effect that's trying to enact a non-compete. You're trying to enact a non-compete on a non-employee. The student athletes aren't your employees. They're enrolled at your school playing for your football team. They are not employees. And you could say, well, NIL, they're getting paid. Right. But they're not salaried employees. Even if you move to a revenue share model, you're sharing revenue, but they're still not employees. They are students enrolled at your university that are scholarship members of your football team. And just like any other student can leave your school and go anywhere whenever they want, so too should student athletes. And if you try to eliminate a transfer portal window in the spring, You're going to get sued and you're going to lose. I'll remind you, by the way, Joe Burrow transferred to LSU after spring. Now, there wasn't the portal window at that time, and he was a graduate. But again, to think that it's irrelevant roster movement after spring is just a flawed thought. A lot of times you go through spring, you have position battles, competition, and guys ultimately make a determination based on where they are to leave. Guys, girls, depending on the sport, obviously. And the key is that's got to be a two-way street. Yes, you are going to lose players after spring. However, you're also going to gain players after the spring, like LSU did with Joe Burrow in 2018, like LSU did this year when you brought in guys like JVR Suggs in the spring window. So yes, absolutely, there should be a spring portal window. And the point I've made all along with every conversation relating to the transfer portal and these conversations is the only people inconvenienced by the transfer portal, a spring window, all this up, the only people inconvenienced are the coaches. And I am not sympathetic toward Brian Kelly, who makes $10 million a year, that it's now harder for him to maintain his roster. And I'm just using Brian Kelly because he's here. Expand that to every coach. I am not sympathetic toward Ryan Day or Billy Napier or James Franklin or Lincoln Riley or Steve Sarkisian or anybody. You're making millions of dollars. You're a head football coach. Yes, it's harder to maintain your roster. I don't care. Figure it out. It'll be to your detriment when you lose guys. It'll also be to your benefit when you gain guys. So we'll see how this plays out. Again, Ross Dellinger with the report over at Yahoo that the NCAA is proposing the elimination of the spring football transfer portal window. As a matter of fact, Ross is reporting that the Football Oversight Committee is expected to approve eliminating the spring portal window. And I'm here to tell you, you can do that. You can approve it. You're going to get sued to holy hell and back, and you're going to lose. Like the NCAA loses every time they go to court now. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad you're here. Y'all were brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Moving into the fall. Guys, maybe, when you're looking at the calendar, you go, gosh, it's almost September. Before you know it, you're going to blink, and it's going to be Christmas. And so many people around the holidays get engaged. Guys, if you're thinking about popping the question, it's a great time now to go visit Lee Michaels, to go look at the selection that they have. Maybe there's a certain stone or shape or setting that you want that they don't have in the case today. Remember, at Lee Michaels, one of the great things, if they don't have what you want, because they have 9 stores, they can get it or they can make it for you. It's the benefits. Why Lee Michaels is perfect. You don't get the cookie cutter, impersonal experience of a big box store, and they're not so small and boutique that you lack selection, and prices usually aren't good either. Lee Michaels is that perfect sweet spot. But they're big enough to where you have the great selection, but they're local, so you can get that great customer service and the Lee Michaels experience. LMFJ.com, LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport, and online at LMFJ.com. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the Auburn Tigers.
4-star defensive lineman Nate Marshall has flipped from Michigan to Auburn. He's out of Oak Park, Illinois. He's the top 300 defensive lineman in the country, 6'4", 265. He's actually the number 5 defensive lineman in the country, the number 56 overall prospect, had been committed to Michigan since April. He's now flipping to Auburn.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
Tennessee stays hot on the recruiting trail as well. 4-star cornerback Onis Konanbanny, Konanbanny, Onis Konanbanny commits to Tennessee. Chose the Vols over Florida State. He's from London originally. How about that? Good eye. That's Australia. Hello. That would be London. Arrived in the United States 3 years ago to play football. Set up shop in South Carolina. He'll now be a Tennessee Vol. 6 foot, 175-pounder, the 4th best player in South Carolina, the 33rd best cornerback in America. Now 24 commits for Tennessee's class of 2025.
The Ole Miss Rebels.
Linebacker Bryson Walters has committed to Ole Miss. 3-star prospect. rated as the nation's number 167 linebacker, the number 37 player in the state of Mississippi, 6'2", 220-pounder, chose the Rebs over Southern Miss, Arkansas State, Alcorn, and UT Martin.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
Amari Bruce Huggins is no longer at South Carolina. He will re-enroll at Louisville. He's a wide receiver who had been with the Gamecocks, but now is leaving Shane Beamer's program to play for the Cardinals. Shane Beamer confirmed the announcement on his radio show on Thursday. Had his best collegiate season in 2023, where he had 20 catches for 312 yards and 4 touchdowns.
The Oklahoma Sooners.
And Oklahoma basketball has signed St. John's transfer Glenn Taylor Jr., a final piece of their transfer portal haul. He, originally committed to Oklahoma back on July 22nd, kind of at a little bit of a roundabout way there. Spent last season at St. John's, prior to that 2 seasons at Oregon State. 6'6", played 95 career games, averaged 7 points and 3 boards. He'll finish up his career at OU. Okay, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. Our Friday shows are brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Love telling you about Don Juan. Been great partners of ours. Of course, T-Bob and I will be at Don Juan for every single LSU game day for whiskey and wine. As soon as the game ends, you can get on by and see us over at Don Juan Cigar Bar, or you can find us on YouTube and all the different Facebook as well for our whiskey and wine post-game show. You can step into a cigar paradise at Don Juan. Whether you're a seasoned aficionado just starting your cigar journey, our expert team is here to help you find the perfect smoke. From classic favorites to rare finds, we've got something for everyone, so why wait? Visit us today and experience the best in Baton Rouge. That's at Don Juan Cigar Bar. Right there in Town Center. Muse has been there a lot.
Yeah, I was about to say multiple times, as a matter of fact.
Except,
Always a good time.
Except you don't smoke cigars when you're there. You smoke something else.
That's not true at all. I've absolutely smoked cigars while I've been there.
And something else. Paulie? Isn't that what he smokes over there? He smokes something else, huh? That's what he does.
Something else.
Yeah, I know. Hey, what?
Looks like our computer's coming back.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, good. Bo, our engineer, is kind of like weaving in and out, distracting everybody, so I keep throwing paper balls at him. I don't know. Did you know I was aiming at you? You did? Okay, good. Yeah. When I was crumpling up the balls and throwing it, I was aiming at Bo. I don't think he couldn't see that I was aiming at him.
He didn't see it coming, but all of a sudden,
I
bang.
caught him flush one time in the back. It's pretty good. It actually had double bounce because it hit him, always bend over. He stood up and it bounced up and hit him again.
That's good.
Yeah. They've been like a double kill shot. It's awesome. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're here with us. If you want to join the show, you can. Email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Theriot in about 18 minutes from right now. Hey, when we come back, I want to get into a little bit of the black and gold practice today in the Dome. Some of the big takeaways. There were 4 roster moves for the Saints. I'll go through that quickly. And Ross Jackson has his 53-man roster projection out right now at LouisianaSports.net if you want to go check it out. And there's a couple of Ross is my guy. I mean, I hired him to be our Saints lead, and he's been at every practice. There's a couple of head scratchers. I'm not saying he's wrong, but some interesting ones that we'll delve into here in a bit as well. So stay with us. It's AFR.
AFR.
Love telling you about River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. You know, I always tell you about how River City's 1 Hour Air goes to the nth degree to do quality work to make sure you're satisfied. So, told you a couple of weeks ago, the AC in our bedroom went out. We had to. It was time. It was the original unit on the home from 1997, so it was time. It was replaced. We did that, a couple of Saturdays ago. Well, I got a message today from River City's 1 Hour Air scheduling the quality control follow-up. So, whenever River City 1 Hour Air does an install, they always have a field manager after a week or so come back behind the crew to make sure that every piece of the installation was done perfectly, because the quality of the installation absolutely matters. This is something that sometimes is lost. You can go hire Chuck in a truck, but is the quality of the installation going to be good? That will help determine the life of the unit and the efficiency. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. It's why they're the best. Give them a call, 752-0001.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Back to school savings at Bayou Ford. $12,000 off F-150, $12,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150, and $10,000 off Expedition. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless...
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I still think there's some things that we've got to, clean up a little bit, but I feel pretty good about, where we're at. I mean, I think probably the biggest thing of anything is just getting all of our guys back and healthy and ready to go. I mean, we've had a lot of guys that, missed some time, so I think that's probably the biggest thing defensively. I think there's been a lot of it that's sorted out in my mind over the course of the last month. Yeah, I like where we're at defensively.
Dennis Allen after practice on Thursday, kind of getting ready for the regular season and inching closer to the cut-down day. Of course, the Saints will play the Titans on Sunday in the Dome, and then after which we'll see rosters cut from 90 to 53. And as I always remind you, it's not the final 53, it's the first 53. Yes, it's the final. We used to refer to it as the final 53 because it was the final round of roster cuts, as there were 3 series of roster cuts. Well, now they just go from 90 to 53, but it's never the final 53 because there are always going to be guys that make the roster, that 53-man roster, that as soon as you see the rest of the free agents after the other 31 NFL teams cut their rosters down, there's more than 1,000 free agents. Somebody among those 1,000+ free agents is bound to be a better option for your team than someone you kept on your 53. And sometimes it's strategic where you keep someone to protect against another team signing them. And then maybe you make a move and you sign them to your practice squad. We'll see how all that ultimately goes. But it's never the final 53. It's always the first 53. So we'll get an eye. It was interesting, though, because the Saints on Friday announced 4 roster moves. So 2 additions and obviously 2 corresponding moves. We have the story up at louisianasports.net if you want to check it out. So the 4 roster moves, The Saints have signed linebacker Andrew Dowell. More on him in a second. And also defensive tackle Cameron Peterson. The corresponding moves, they've waived defensive back Caleb Ford-Dement, and they've waived injured defensive end Trajan Jeffcoat. I'm really bummed about Jeffcoat. If you remember, Jeffcoat's a guy that played at Arkansas and Missouri during his time in college. Took a year off of football. He came on the show after he signed with the Saints as an undrafted free agent. Played at Arkansas, or played at Missouri. Took a year off of football. Finished his career at Arkansas and was just a good leader, a great story, and was playing well. Suffered an injury that's going to cost him his season, so they waived him. I would assume with an injury designation. So we'll see what happens with Trajan Jeffcoat if he's able to get healthy, give it another go at the Saints next year. But adding Andrew Dowell really is the story here. Dowell was a guy that was really productive for New Orleans. He's a 3-year NFL veteran. I shouldn't say productive, but he's a guy who's played for New Orleans. He was originally signed as a UDFA back in 2019 out of Michigan State in 2019 and played in 34 games for the Saints and primarily was a special teams guy. He made 21 special teams tackles. He recovered 2 fumbles. And he was a backup linebacker, but primarily was a special teams guy. The disappointing thing is he was on track to make the team a year ago and then missed the entire season with a knee injury that he suffered in the preseason. But the year before, in 2022, he played in all 17 games with 7 tackles and coverage on special teams, forced a couple of fumbles. So you're talking about a guy that had established himself as one of the guys that we often talk about, why I focus on roster spots 51, 52, 53. Generally, you go into knowing who the first 48, 49, 50 guys are that are going to make your roster. A lot of times, it's just those final 3, 4 spots that are up for grabs, and usually it's guys that can help you in a variety of different ways, like Andrew Dowell did, a guy who showed he could play linebacker, but really made his case because he was such a good special teamer. So he could help you on all the special teams units and be a capable backup linebacker. And played in every game in 2022 and then missed the 23 season due to an injury. And now, presumably, healthy, and the Saints have signed him. So let's see if Andrew Dowell, coming in for this final preseason game, if he plays, how much he plays. And then, if the Saints are able to find him. Now, Peterson is another interesting case. So the other, Cameron Peterson, he's a defensive tackle who started his career at McNeese. And then finished his career at Southern, where he played his last 2 college seasons. 6'5", 280. He signed a free agent contract after the draft with the Baltimore Ravens in 2023, and now is coming back to the state of Louisiana to join the Saints. So he's a Houston native, practiced in veteran minicamp for the Saints on a tryout basis. And apparently they like what they saw, and they need probably a body for this game. It's a good opportunity for him. But Peterson is a secondary thought here. Andrew Dowell is the interesting one because he's a guy who's proven he could play at this level, who can make the team, and can contribute on Sundays. He's a Sunday contributor. We know that if he's healthy. So is this a thing where they were just waiting for him to get healthy? Now that he is, does he make the roster? That's going to be one certainly worth watching. I wonder if it might affect Ross Jackson's 53-man roster projection. I do want to get to that here in just a quick second. Let me remind you about the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020, or williamsoneye.com. That's williamsoneye.com. If you're tired of shoving contacts into your eye, if you're tired of wearing glasses, the Williamson Eye Center can help. Call 924-2020, 924-2020. Dr. Blake Williamson, go for that consultation. Maybe it's LASIK. Maybe you had LASIK years ago and you're having new issues. PRK could be the answer. That's what Jacob Hester had done with the Williamson Eye Center. Maybe you're farsighted, and so you need those readers. You want to ditch those readers? Maybe a custom lens replacement is the answer. No matter your age or your refractive issue, the Williamson Eye Center has a way for you to see 20/20 without contacts or glasses forever. So call 924-2020, 924-2020, or williamsoneye.com. So I mentioned that Ross Jackson has his 53-man roster projection up right now at louisianasports.net. He's got the Saints keeping 25 offensive players, 25 defensive players, and, of course, your 3 specialists. No surprise on the specialists. He has the Saints keeping Blake Grupe and Lou Hedley, and Zach Wood is the long snapper. I'm a little bummed that our guy Charlie Smith, what's the guy from the replacements, the kicker, Nigel Gruff? That was his name, Nigel Gruff?
How's it?
Dragging on the heater on the sideline, just flicking it as he bombs 65-yarders. Even though Nigel Gruff's making 70-yard field goals, Ross does not have the Saints pulling the trigger there. I'll tell you the 2 most interesting things on here. Number 1, Ross does not have the Saints keeping a fullback. So this is what they did last year. We'll see. Maybe they try to sneak in past waivers, but does not have Adam Prentice making the team. He does have Dallin Holker making the team as the 3rd tight end. I was also interested on the offensive line. He's got Tremaine Antrim making the team as well as Kyle Hergel. So the undrafted rookie free agent out of Minnesota, Kyle Hergel, making the team. We have seen run some first team at left guard with some of these injuries. The other one clearly worth watching is going to be linebacker with Andrew Dowell being signed today. Ross has Kalecki Hudson on the roster, as is Anthony Orji. Does Dowell win one of those spots? You can read about it all right now at LouisianaSports.net. All right, y'all. Let's grab a break. Come back after SportsCenter. Theriot's here. It's Friday edition of AFR.
AFR.
Kill mold, remove odor. Been telling you for years, the patented non-toxic dry fog treatment. My buddy Jim Woodworth merged with my partners over at Parrish to create Parrish Restoration. So, same patented non-toxic dry fog, kill mold, remove odor, dozens of other harmful pathogens from a residential job like coming to spray your home, fog your home, or enormous commercial buildings. One of the largest commercial buildings in the state of Louisiana has been fogged by Parrish Restoration. And as a matter of fact, of all the companies around America who have license to this technology, last year, Parrish Restoration fogged more square footage or cubic footage than any other company in America. So if you have mold, think you might. You need to get rid of odor from sweat or pet or smoke, whatever it may be. You need Parrish Restoration. Go to parrishbuilt.com, parrishbuilt.com. Hit the restoration tab, parrishbuilt.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is Sports.
I'm Kevin Richard. Two pieces of breaking news out of the National Football League at this hour. Arizona Cardinals wide receiver Zay Jones has been suspended for the first 5 games of the season for violating the league's personal conduct policy. The league announced today Jones eligible to return after the Cardinals' Week 5 game against the San Francisco 49ers. Jones was arrested back on November 13th, charged with misdemeanor domestic battery after an argument with the mother of his child, which allegedly resulted in injury to her neck. The single charge was later dropped. Also today, Rams starting left tackle Alaric Jackson been suspended for the first 2 games of the season for LA for also violating the league's personal conduct policy. College football fans, the wait is almost over. Tomorrow, noon Eastern time, it is the kickoff for the 2024 college football season. A season unlike any other in the history of the game. Number 10 Florida State takes on Georgia Tech from Dublin, Ireland. The Aer Lingus Classic. The game can be seen on ESPN television. The festivities begin at 9 a.m. Eastern time with College Game Day from across the pond. However, if you caught any of the Pat McAfee show today, you are already aware that the festivities are well underway.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Monday, college football is underway, and I'm going to tell you who the biggest threat is to Ohio State and Georgia. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
That's right.
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot. Presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette. And online at alphacustoms.net.
How's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
I have a good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wake pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Theriot around third. He heads for home. Here's the throw. He is safe. Packers win. Packers win. Go.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt. Hey, shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
So, you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Boy, I like that shirt you're wearing today. That baby blue Paris shirt looks good.
Isn't it pretty?
Almost as pretty as that Paris sign lit up at night right there on Highland and I-10.
Yeah, it is. It is good, man.
Say, driving down I-10, you know how many people I've had send me pictures of the sign? Like, oh, really? Wow. Okay. All right. We the Parish Construction and Roofing, a new office right there, Highland and I-10. The new sign it's been up for a couple weeks, but just this week is when we got it illuminated. So when you're driving down I-10, right there at Highland at night especially, ain't missing that ball.
No, it's good.
Ain't
Well,
missing
there's
him.
some features to this thing, too, that are really cool. We can.
I kind of spilled the beans.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
It changes colors. So like on
it
game
does.
day, so next Sunday, game day, that mug going to be purple and gold.
Oh,
ball.
it's going to be purple and gold.
There it is.
Absolutely.
There it is. I like it. All right. What else is going? How's your week? Glad to see you. Is this 2 weeks in a row that you've been here?
Woo! 2 weeks in a row.
We're gonna miss you next week though, because you know where I'm gonna be.
Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas! Are you coming? You should
Vegas.
go. You should hop on your own PJ and just make it. I mean, you got a jet now, don't you?
I'm good. I mean,
I figured you had a jet.
you know, I'd rather watch. I'm gonna watch it at home, but you'll have fun. You guys will have fun.
Yeah. Erica's coming.
Nice.
So first time I think Erica's come to a game. Man, definitely since Drew was born. I don't think she and I have gone to a game since before Drew was born. You probably got to go back to like.
You have to be on your best behavior if you want her to come back.
No.
Are y'all gonna turn
Probably
up?
just nose new trash. Got him. Okay, good. We got him. That was a Christmas Vacation line. And so I had this thing with Muse where there's like the handful of movies that if I ever say a line from one of these movies, he'll always laugh. It could be the most obscure line, just a one, but there's this handful of movies. Christmas Vacation is one of them. If I say a line, any point, he's going to laugh. So I just look to see if he chuckled. He chuckled. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a good time. So what's going on? What's up with you? What's going on over there? How's your week?
Week's been pretty
all that
good.
stuff.
Yeah,
Great.
I mean,
Good.
not gonna. Well, Houston moved into college. We
Oh,
man.
man.
That Sunday.
Wow, I saw the pictures. I saw Jonah's pictures on Instagram.
So
Can I I'm a little confused by one thing. The boys now wearing the really tight short shorts. When did that become mid-thigh short shorts?
yeah, they don't wear long shorts.
No, like I'm like a just above the knee guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
This is mid-thigh tight. Like, that is just aggressive. I mean, it's like when I look at pictures from like, my grandfather. He was out at the pool back in '62. The short bathing suit or the beach. You know what I mean? That's what that looks like. I'm like that. That's the thing now.
It's a thing. It's actually gotten better. A couple of years ago, it was way worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gotten better. It's slowly getting back to what you
know
would-
how dads would be like, I'll never let my daughter leave the house looking like that. Now I kind of think it's like that with the boys. Like, how do you with like?
Yeah, bro, you got your junk hanging out.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you did a letter one time. It was the Olympics 3 years ago. You did one about the sprinters with their.
Oh yeah, man.
I know this because Drew watches you on YouTube all the time. So he found this letter and he watches all the time about the junk and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, that's a thing. That's a real thing.
No, that's a thing. Anyway.
But yeah, so we had that. Moving. That's an emotional time. It's an emotional time at the Theriot household for sure.
I believe it.
But we're getting through it. Rush week going on right now, so he's So we got that.
And a babe Hugh.
But in the theme of school, I do have this letter, and this is something that really drives me crazy. And you'll understand this too.
Okay.
This letter is written to Carpool. Just Carpool.
Carpool.
Yeah. Dear
Got
Carpool.
Got it.
It ain't that hard. One designated drop-off point. Have your grimy ass kid ready to get out of the car. Make sure they close the door behind them. And freaking drive away, making sure little Mary Claire gets all the way inside school.
I know a Mary Claire. Why do you always name names?
There's literally 5 school representatives.
Shout out MCS. She's probably not watching, but her parents are.
There's 5 school representatives between your Denali and the front door of the school. I promise you, she'll get inside the school okay. Whatever moron thought it'd be a good idea to start a carpool line at 2:30 on Segan Lane needs to be punched right in between the eyes.
St. George. St. George.
I don't know who did it. I don't know what school it is.
It's got to be St. George.
No, it's not St. George. It's the Kenilworth. The new school is. It's There's a new one. Is it Kenilworth?
Where?
It's on Segan.
Where on Segan?
Past St. George, going toward Highland Road. Going toward.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it's the dumbest thing in the world. The entire right lane is stopped.
Oh no.
On Segan Lane.
Segan Lane. That's not a good thing. It's already a terrible road to traverse in this town.
We used to have to worry about the homeless folks and drag racers on Segan Lane. Now we also have to worry about Mrs. Doubtfire in her minivan who can't stay in her own damn lane, causing a massive traffic jam on an already unbearable road. I blame the bus drivers. Whatever happened to the dedicated bus driver who actually showed up on time? The one that took their job seriously.
Did they? Is that a thing? Is that a problem?
Nope.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Now?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. There's been multiple stories the last few years about shortages of bus drivers. Then about bus drivers that show up, but they're going to strike. They don't want to drive today. They want more money. Grow the hell up and do your job. Okay? Drive the kids to school safely and drop them off one time.
Yeah. Do that.
Don't get your feelings hurt on this one if you do this, because the first sentence is true. I do appreciate the folks that help the kids get out of the car because they're too young. They can't do it by themselves.
Yeah.
But please stop judging me on the state of the interior of my vehicle. You think you're slick by hitting me with complimentary comments. I know what you're really thinking when you peer into the back seat and you see the trash all over. Don't tell me, oh, I love your vehicle. No, you don't. It's disgusting. Stop having drawn-out conversations with drivers holding up the entire damn line. Okay? Good morning, have a nice day, and we're good.
Yeah.
I'm in a hurry. My kid sucked down a Pop-Tart and got dressed in the car. Yeah. His hair looks like he combed it with a chicken bone. So, yeah, I don't have time to chit-chat about the weather, Miss Johnson.
Miss Johnson.
I don't care what you have to say. Just get my damn kid out of the car and leave me alone.
Get him out!
Last but not least, the show-offs who get in the carpool line 2 hours prior to starting. You guys can kick rocks. Reading your book, taking a nap, just enjoying a little quiet time. It's unbelievable. Get a job.
That's the pickup. That right?
That's the pickup.
That's the pickup, yeah.
Get a job. Okay? Really pisses me off when I show up reasonably early, 15, 20 minutes early, because I'm in a hurry to do something, and I find the line a mile long, because y'all don't have anything better to do than sit in a dang carpool line. The folks directing traffic can kick rocks also. You're not cops. Don't point your little stupid finger at me. And if you raise your voice at me one more time or blow that dumb whistle you have, you'll have a road rage incident on your hands. No doubt about it. Sincerely, Ryan.
Blowing a whistle at you, huh?
Yeah, they do that too.
I wouldn't deal with that well at all. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us. By the way, the architect of the St. Jude School Carpool lives in my home. And boy, I'm going to tell you, she treats that job like the Secret Service treats protecting the president.
She should.
Anyway.
I never had a problem with St. Jude. Let me just say that.
I'm going to tell you, a lot of that criticism you're lobbing there.
The early folks happened at St. Jude. That did happen. But Erica she can't, what's she going to do?
I don't know. All right, it's after further review. Stay here.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. If you are thinking of buying or selling, you need to call Darren James. Because what other realtor, by the way, does a daily radio ad promoting, and TV, promoting their listings? Could be your listing, like this one on Christina Avenue in Prairieville. Beautiful home. 4-bedroom, 3-bath. There's an open house coming up this Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Check out all the deets, agent225.com. That's agent225.com, or on Darren's social media. Gorgeous home, by the way. I like that courtyard in the front. Check it out, agent225.com. Hey, listen, rates have ticked down. You're starting to see the market really catch fire now. So if you're thinking about selling your home, the time is now to call Darren James. 335-7666 or agent225.com.
Think
real estate, think Darren James.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 in the 2000s.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Is there anything that could set off people aged 40 to 47 like those first few notes of this song? Like anything?
Yeah.
I mean, all of a sudden you're just on a table.
Now this one's good.
Walking like a dog. Backing it up. I mean,
I would say like DJ Jubilee could probably do it.
Not for everybody. For me, yes. Saying anybody. Anybody that age.
You think anybody that age with this song?
Anybody.
No matter where they live, like
as
this one comes on.
As soon as it drops, you hear boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Like, can you start just the beginning music again? Just the very, very beginning. As soon when you hear. Did you see what you just did?
Yeah.
You see what you just did? You saw your head nod? Sorry, start over.
Don't.
Start again.
But don't hit play yet.
Don't hit play. All right, turn it off.
I want you to tell me.
Okay.
What comes to mind when you hear it? All right.
The music video. First thing I think of. It's just they're like just in a park in New Orleans and just women are aggressively shaking their asses.
I think of asses. I think of butts.
That's it. Yeah, it's just
that's just it.
It's such aggressive shaking and twerking in that video to a point where it's borderline comical, sexual, offensive. It's like all these things in one moment. So good. Shout out.
Bro, Juvie.
Manny Fresh in there as well.
Yeah, Juvie was, man, I tell you, he had some bangers.
Taking over for the 9-9 and the 2000.
I'd tell you it'd probably set off more than that. I think it would set kids off today. If they've been out, they've heard this song plenty, and they know to go hard to this song.
Yes.
Like, this song transcended generations. For sure. Maybe, at least down here. Maybe not nationwide, but at least in Louisiana. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I kind of agree with Matt, though. Like, this is, I don't know that this thing has borders. I mean, I think this can cross state lines. Like,
yeah.
Because I would say Set It Off from Boosie. Like,
that for sure, too.
Like, Set It Off.
But again, here's the difference. There's a lot of people, even here, that only became aware of Set It Off because of the LSU hype video. I know
I can't fathom that because
you think that, but I'll tell you, for me, like, I was in that sort of phase of my life where I wasn't listening to Boosie.
Yeah.
So that was the thing where I was like, oh, okay. Like, that was my awareness of Set It Off, quite honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm 42, so then I was, what was it, 2019? Was it 4 or 5 years ago? So 37, you know? I missed it. I just missed that window.
I mean, that's a good poll question or get in the chat. Like, what song? Obviously, DJ Jubilee, Get It Ready.
So what's this? Wait, so finish the question then.
Like
you can take that.
You know what song when you hear it, like,
oh,
you're ready.
Wait, I got it. Like, here's the question. Hang on. All right, I got the question. So my sister texted me earlier today. All right. Shout out Lily. Alicia's my sister. They live in Kansas. And her son, Aiden, my godchild, she said, okay, Paran, your godchild needs a walk-up song for baseball. Give me some cool ideas. This is our all right. So Aiden is, oh, God help me. Don't let me get this wrong. Aiden is.
He's 9.
5, no.
I mean 7.
Why am I so bad at math? And why can't I remember things like this? Aiden is. No, Maria just turned 8. She's 10. Let's call him 6.
Yeah, I like that.
I think Aiden's 6. 6 or 7. No, he's not 7. He's 5 or 6. This is my godchild. I can't remember how old he is. I feel so terrible right now. But he's in that age, right? So he needs a walk-up song for baseball. Which does walk-up song be? We need something to set it. What about Set It Off?
It'd be unbelievable. Set It Off would be.
All right, I want listener interaction.
So wait,
text the show text line. You can post if you're watching in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, post there. I'm not going to look at it, but Moose does because I won't keep it open during the show. But Moose, look and see if you could open and see if there's any good suggestions, or tweet me at Matt Moscona. So my godchild Aiden Miller needs his walk-up song for baseball, and I'm going to say Set It Off is on the list. Maybe we can come up with our list, and then we can vote on it throughout the show. Okay.
So I got one, like this song. Are you familiar with UNLV?
Yeah.
Drag 'em in the river, UNLV. Just the beat. I don't know if you can play it. It's probably vulgar, but like that's one of those for me. Salt and Pepper, Push It.
Oh, what about? I'd say Shoot.
Push It for me at the beginning. Push It, yeah, dude.
Push It.
It's good.
Push It real good.
It's a good walk.
What about Shoop? No Shoop?
Not for no. Shoop does not make me want to go like. I mean, Shoop's catchy.
I don't know, man. Shoop's like a little more bob your head. Push It is like get up and dance. And what do you like? I don't want something. If I'm walking up to bat, I want something that's going to be awesome, but it's going to allow me to like walk a little slower to the beat. Push It makes me feel like I got to run out there.
What about?
I mean, just think about back the thing up. Boom, 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 boom.
It's
boom.
good.
It's slow,
it's
but
a little build
slow.
up.
It's a slower beat, but that's my point. Push It is just I mean, it comes right at you, you know?
What about Big Pun? Are you a Big Pun fan?
I don't know Big Pun. I do love puns. I am a big pun guy.
Muse, can you find this for me?
I love puns. I'm a big pun guy, but I don't think that's what you're talking about.
You're good. Yeah.
Well, no, I was gonna
Big Pun. Just Big Pun. I don't want to. It's called Big Pun. I don't want to be. I don't want to be a player.
That's okay. That's what I thought you were going for.
Paul,
it kind of has.
Are you a big pun fan? Paul's our resident rap expert
Paul
from
knows
the mean
all this
streets
stuff,
of Central.
but he's more of like NWA type.
Paul, let him speak.
I actually don't know pun.
Wow.
Pun's good.
Hey.
You know what? What about Blow the Whistle? I think it's too short. Blow the Whistle.
Blow the Whistle. Getting a little aggressive if we're going
it's
too short.
It's aggressive. No, it is, but you could find the edited version.
All right, let's
and that would be one for me. Blow the Whistle would be one for me where I start to feel it a little bit.
Set it off. Blow the whistle.
Here's Pun. You really haven't heard this?
No.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not for this at all. This is
you don't like
this
this
is
one?
out. This is out.
You
this
don't
is
like
not,
that?
That's a terrible walk-up song. That's pitiful. No.
Wow.
Absolutely not. No, zero chance. So we got so far in the hopper. Set it off. Blow the whistle. Salt and pepper. You like Push It, but I like Shoop. Which one do we think, Shoop or Push It? By the way, there's college football tomorrow, and the Saints play on Sunday.
Well, let's listen to them. I mean,
all right, we'll do that with some rejoins and stuff. Okay, so we'll have that coming up. All right, so keep them coming. Keep the suggestions coming. Any in the Body for YouTube chat there, Muse? I'll get a sip of Evermore while you check that out. Evermore, EVAMOR, evermore.com, evermore.com. This is a natural artesian. Well, you know what I really don't like? Can I tell you something? I drove to Lafayette today. Had a client meeting. I need to get gas. Pulled into the gas station. Went over to the water section. And at this particular gas station, they didn't have Evermore.
I've been there.
So you know what I did? I walked out because I ain't just drinking any water anymore. I've completely changed my habit.
You'd rather be dehydrated,
yes,
than not drink. Yeah, I get it.
And I'll tell you, there was another time where I was at a party and they had water in the in the ice chest or whatever. I grabbed it. It was not Evermore. I took the label off the water because I didn't want anybody to know I was drinking something that wasn't Evermore. That's where I am right now with this.
I love that.
EVAMOR, evermore.com, evermore.com.
We got a couple in there for Fireman, Lil Wayne. I mean, that's a classic for sure.
I'm good with Fireman.
Yeah.
What do we think? Fireman and Set It Off kind of play one and the same for me. They're similar in that sense of emotion.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you start with the sirens?
Oh,
100%.
But see, here's the problem if you start with the sirens. The 20-second pitch clock's expired by the time the song starts.
Yeah, you got it. So the fireman that's the reliever coming in from the outfield.
Yeah, when you got some time.
That's the fireman when you got some time.
So I see a lot of people in here too for whom the bell tolls. Metallica. I think that's reliever too. That's not hitter. That's not a hitter. That's closer.
That's another one too, though. You got to be mindful. The bell tones at the start of the song, it's too slow.
Same thing with Hell's Bells by AC/DC.
Yes,
Same thing.
It's too slow.
Our friend Tracy Morrow has a great one.
What she got?
And I cannot believe I didn't think about
Shout out,
this.
Trace.
Outcast, So Fresh, So Clean.
You see?
That's a
now
good
hold
one.
on. I want to go to something. I agree. But that's counter to your point about Shoop and Push It. Because So Fresh, So Clean is a slower beat, but I'm good with the slower beat. Like if I was going Outcast, I would go Whole World. Stankonia was a great album, by the way. There's a lot of people who have no idea what we're talking about right now, and I apologize for that. But we're trying to pick
I think it's great.
We're trying to pick my nephew's walk-up song for baseball. I need to get...
I'm kind of a Glorilla fan right now. I mean, it's extremely vulgar and very offensive, but some awesome beats. Like, shout out to the female rappers. They're coming super hard now.
You know who I like was on the New Year's Rockin' Eve?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion. I saw her on New Year. I was like, oh.
Glorilla. I'm telling you, it's
okay.
Easy-E vibes back in the day, but like good beat and just unapologetic.
Okay, we got some good ones on the text line. You can text 225-396-4400, 396-4400. I'm going to get to these, but right now, if you don't like this conversation, you can kick rocks.
It's time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick Rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick Rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge. Or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick Rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
They can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Alabama football can kick rocks.
Wait, hold
Kick
on.
rocks.
Can I really quickly say that? So, shout out to Natalie Noel. We've talked about Noel Family Distillery before.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
I just cackled. I want to explain the cackle. I'm sorry. She said, 100%. I just went hard in the car whenever we were playing Back the Thing Up.
Oh yeah.
So I'm saying, like, everybody in that demographic, like, as soon as you hear it, it's just
let's go.
Boom. Anyway. Shout out, go buy Noel Tequila. They make great stuff. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Alabama football can kick rocks. They've now resorted to stealing kickers from terrible programs. How the mighty have fallen.
I mean, so just in fairness, I think he won the Groza last year. Like, he was the best kicker in college football.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe he was.
Miami,
maybe he
Ohio
wasn't.
isn't a great program. Obviously, they're in the MAC. But Graham Nicholson, I'm almost positive Graham Nicholson won the. Yeah, okay. So thank you. He was literally the best kicker in college football last year.
Well,
like, that's one where even I can't look at him and go, I can't even do that. That's a solid get. Like, I'd love him to be here.
The way in which they went about it, I think there's some. I think I didn't read too deep into it, but I think there was some nefarious actions that took place here.
That's the allegation from the coach, and of course that's what happened, but whatever.
Lavo Lane and the potholes that are in it can kick rocks again.
Kick rocks.
I'm going to do it every time I'm on here until you guys fix it.
Is this DOTD or is this
I don't know.
DPW? Like, is this Fred Rayford locally?
I don't know.
Because we got to get Fred on the phone and be like, Fred, come on, man.
I don't know whose job it is to fix this, but I do know that it's dangerous. When I go to work, it is dangerous. It is not. I can fix this. I have folks that can go fix it. But that's why I pay tax dollars.
Yeah.
So I don't have to drive over potholes on Lavo Lane off of Highlandia, off of Highland Road. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
So I don't know whose job it is to fix them. But please go fix them.
I wonder if that's Fred. Look, I've known Fred Rayford a long time. If that's DPW, we got, because Lavo Lane, so that's where the parish office is.
Yes.
Like, Lavo, there are gigantic gaping potholes on this street. It's
Ridiculous.
a short road. So it's not a very long street. I mean, it would take a very modest amount of time to fix this, but it needs to be addressed. It does. You turn off of Highland onto Highlandia, your first left's Lavo Lane, that's where we are.
I don't know whose job it is to fix it. So I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it needs to be fixed. Somebody knows whose job that is out there, and they need to call them.
Oh, man, we are getting us some submissions here. We found it.
We found it. And then last but not least, of course, it's 104 degrees outside. I don't need you to say, boy, it's pretty hot outside, isn't it? Can you believe how hot it is?
How about this heat?
Well, yeah.
Paging Greg Lehman.
I started sweating the second I got my electrical bill was $1,000 last month because my ECs haven't stopped running. Yes, it's hot outside. Stop talking about it. I get it. I know. Kick rocks. Shut up.
Kick rocks.
Wear less clothes. Yeah, the rap thing's good. I've gotten like 15 text messages. This is good.
Presented by Ruckus, ruckus103.com, ruckus103.com. Y'all get on by Ruckus Downtown Lafayette. Of course, there's one right there on Jones Creek in Baton Rouge, the original. Opened up 24 years ago in the year 2000. And, man, they are just putting out bangers right now. How about that? You know what? Could have gone to Ruckus right when you were listening to Back the Thing Up. You know what I mean? Back in that era. That's how old Ruckus is.
Oh, they've been backing it up for a long time over there at Ruckus.
Yep. If you check out the diffused blue 11 low retros,
yeah,
check them out. I know you love the 11s, too. There they are.
They didn't have my size. I called. And immediately when I saw them, I called. They didn't have my size.
They are right there. I know you love those. Anyway, check it out. Ruckus103.com, RUKUS, Ruckus103.com. They're the best. I love Ruckus.
Me too. I really do.
I'm going to go tomorrow. I don't have anything going on tomorrow. First time in forever. I don't have anything going on. You want to go?
I do, but I can't. I got to go furniture shopping tomorrow.
Whatever. You can kick rocks. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. Hey, the Billboard contest is back. Are you creative? You know who's creative? Erica's creative on Canva and stuff.
Mhm.
She really is. She does like all the Canva designs for the St. Jude Fair and everything. I'm going to get her on this. I wonder if I can win. Should I be able to win the Billboard contest?
You should.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're not familiar, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, it's really hard to go anywhere in the state without seeing Gordon's billboards. I mean, they're everywhere. And they're awesome. They're funny, and he has a great sense of humor with it. And this is the second year now where Gordon has put together the Design My Next Billboard contest, where somebody's going to win prizes valued up to $2,000, plus the opportunity to see your design on one of Gordon's boards. Like, what if you're driving down I-10 right by the parish office on Lava Lane, and boom, there's your design. Deadline to enter September the 8th.
I want to play.
Go to getgordon.com/billboards. Getgordon.com/billboards. Get Gordon, get it done.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Now batting, number 8, Aiden Miller.
Pretty good, bro. It's pretty good.
That's not bad, actually. Okay, I think Push It just went up a notch on my list. My sister texted me earlier today. They live in Kansas. My little godchild, Aiden, who's 6. My sister said, "All right, Power Rain, we need your help. we need a walk-up song for your godchild. I was like, all right, we're on it. So we got some good nominees. Theriot said push it, set it off, blow the whistle, fireman, so fresh, so clean. Looking at the text line, Big Pimpin'.
All right.
Thought.
All right.
Get in the ring.
Get in the ring? What is get in the ring?
I don't know. My guy Q, Texas, said Danger by Mystical.
So, yeah.
I'm going to put Danger down because I think that one plays.
Yeah, well, Mystical's got a couple bangers, actually.
Well, you know how I feel about Mystical.
Yeah, no, I know. But he's got a few.
Let's see.
Wait a minute. I've got one.
The text line. Mark Wilson said the intro to Ball with a Ball. See, that's one. You'd have to start with My Name is Kid. You can't start with the slow build of Ball with a Ball because that lasts forever. You just can't do it. Well, I'll get back to these in a second.
I got one, though. Mystical, Here I Go. That one. Here I Go, Mystical. That's
a good one for a walk-up song for sure.
That's one. Yeah.
Okay. You know how I feel about Mystical. Love Mystical. So I'm down with that. Okay. I don't want to get so far off track because one of the things we'll get to ask Ryan here in about a little less than 10 minutes. Great. What?
The Man Right Chia, Mystical. Because that's CHEA. Chia.
I know.
The Man Right Chia. Like.
All right. So phenomenal news today. I'm sure you saw it. We've got the story up. It's on the homepage at louisianasports.net if you haven't seen it or heard the news yet. Dylan Cruz apparently got his call up. It was reported by MLB.com. And look, if MLB.com is reporting it, I'm assuming that MLB.com
It's confirmed.
They have confirmed it. Okay, good. Since we've been
yeah.
Oh, okay, you got it. Mm-hmm. All right. Ryan Theriot has confirmed that Dylan Cruz got his call up. I think everybody is and should be fired up for Dylan. That's fantastic news. It's on the homepage of louisianasports.net if you want to go read about it. It's right there. Give me a thought here on Dylan and this ascension.
I didn't have him going this year. Not that he doesn't deserve it, but I'm assuming rosters have expanded or not. If they haven't, they could have waited till September 1 till rosters expanded.
Yeah, I mean, September. Why would you think it wouldn't have happened? I mean, September call-up was definitely a possibility.
Yeah,
or do you just mean not now?
Now.
Okay.
So that's interesting unless somebody got hurt or DFA'd or something. I don't know. But I didn't have him going this year. I mean, he went from A-ball, from high A to the big leagues, in 1 year. Does he deserve it? 100%. Is he going to do great? Yes, he's going to do awesome. Very excited for him. Look, this kid was a big leaguer when he picked up a bat, man. And he's going to have a long career, and he's going to be an all-star, and I'm really excited for him.
So, by the way.
And George, too. George is going to have a lot of fun in the big leagues.
Oh, man.
George Cruz in the show is going to be dangerous.
George is Dylan's dad, for those that don't know. I think a lot of LSU fans probably got to know George over the 3 years Dylan was here. He was here for a lot of games. He's a total guy, by the way. I love George.
He's a real man's man. They'll run out of Fireball in Washington here pretty soon. He's a guy.
Happy for all of them, yes. But Dylan was promoted to AAA on June 17th. So to your point, so he spent about 2 months in AAA. Hit 274, 5 bombs, 38 RBI in 51 games. Earlier this week, I think maybe it was Wednesday, he had a 4 for 5 night on Wednesday. So what stands out most for Dylan in AAA? Like why, I guess, not knowing the national situation, there was an injury or whatever, why now? Or does it even matter how he was playing in AAA? Because I think you've told me really like AA is the barrier, right? AAA is just sort of up and down.
That's kind of like the stopgap, or not. You have the 4A type players that really aren't big leaguers, but they're better than AAA, and so that's kind of the stopgap. I mean, I think they wanted to see the way he was going to perform against the older pitchers, guys that have had some big league time, probably. We know that he's a 5-tool type player. He can affect the game on both sides of the ball. He can run the bases. I mean, we're familiar with that. But I think to see that at every level that he's played at, and then also just to understand that the moment of the major leagues won't be too big for him. I mean, that's always a thought. That's always a fear. We saw it with Jackson Holliday early in the year. You call the kid up, number one prospect in baseball. He's, it was just a little too much for him. Send him back down, gets his feet wet. Now he's tearing up the big leagues.
Yeah.
So to make sure mentally that he's prepared and ready for it, because skill-wise, I mean, they probably knew in spring training. They were probably watching him run around in the outfield and take batting practice going, okay, like he's our best outfielder, but let's just – there's no reason to rush him.
You skipped AAA, right? You went from AA to the bigs.
I did, but then the following year I got sent back to AAA for a couple months.
And so what was that experience like for what Dylan just experienced in AAA?
Yeah, I mean, AAA's interesting. AAA's a bitter league. You got guys pissed off in AAA.
What do you mean?
You got guys pissed off because they think they should be in the big leagues. Then you got guys pissed off because they know no matter what they do, they won't get to the big leagues. They want to get traded, they want to get released. So AAA is a bitter place to be. AA is everybody's excited. You're 2 or 3 good months away from being called up to the show. But AAA is, it's not a fun league to be in. Let me just say that.
Well, Dylan Cruz isn't in AAA anymore. He's been called up to the show. He'll make his debut Monday in Washington against the Yankees. And then, what's interesting, too, I want your thoughts really, really quickly. On September 5th through the 8th, so like two weeks, the Pirates host the Nationals.
Oh, cool.
So there's a really good chance that the pitching assignments will fall to where we see Skeens against Dylan Cruz in the show, provided Cruz is in the lineup, which I guess he is. I mean, you're not calling him up to not play him, right?
No, he's playing.
Yeah.
He's going up to play.
So what do you think how that would go at this point? Skeens against Cruz.
I mean, I always think it's advantage pitcher. I just, especially a dude like Skeens. But it'll be a fun matchup.
All right, we're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Hey, you want to lower those $1,000 energy bills you were just talking about?
Please.
How about some energy-efficient replacement windows from Relief Windows?
Okay.
Install those energy. What's pretty cool when you go in? They have this lamp test. So they take a regular window pane and their energy-efficient window pane, and they put like a light bulb above it, and then they have a thermostat underneath. So you could see the temperature under a regular window pane and they're energy efficient. You could actually see the temperature difference. That's pretty profound and powerful when you're okay, that's keeping my home is legitimately keeping my home cooler.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the winter months, obviously, the other way. So it's Relief Windows. Check them out. ReliefWindows.com. Windows door siding. They do shutters as well. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. All right, glad to have you aboard with us here. Theriot's with us. It's After Further Review Friday edition brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll get to Ask Ryan when we come back to wrap up hour number 2, so ask Theriot anything about anything. Keep your walk-up song suggestions coming. We'll get to some more of those. A busy 5 o'clock hour. 5-star safety and outfielder Jonah Williams is set to make his commitment Saturday. We'll get Theriot's thoughts on him as a prospect. We got Tigers in the pros, Saints, Titans with the watch. Ton to do. Glad you're here. It's AFR.
AFR.
I say this often. I'm glad that you're here because whenever I say this will make a lot of sense, especially you with T3. But it is so hard to get hired to do work inside the fence as they say, like inside the plants, right? And you don't get hired if you don't have an exemplary safety record first. That's first and foremost. So when I'm talking about Action Industries, they've been around for 42 years, serving the plants up and down the river. They have their safety record beats the industry standard, right? So they check that box in a huge way. So if you're a maintenance manager or a turnaround coordinator somewhere, you're working these plants and you're looking to hire an outside contractor to come in, you can rest assured there. Also, they rely so much on repeat business that if you've been around for 42 years, you've been doing something right. And that's Action Industries. Look, they know who they are and they know their sweet spot. But a 100-person job, you get all of their best people. They can also help supplement those mega projects. Check them out today. Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
Here I go, here I go, here I go, here I go, here I go,
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2, we're going to get to Ask Ryan. Trying to help find the walk-up song for my 6-year-old nephew, Aiden, my godchild. Don't you let that keep going, Muse. Hang on. Can I just quickly run through suggestions? You tell me thoughts? All right. I'll wait till you're done texting, whoever you're texting, because clearly that's more important than our live radio show.
I'm ready. I'm listening.
So distracting with your texting all over the show.
The break wasn't long enough.
Bon Jovi, Blaze of Glory.
Nope.
Bonds Over Baghdad.
Nah, it's not terrible.
Barbie Girl.
Nope.
Winner. Yeah, winner. Right there.
Showing Off by Webby.
Okay, yes.
All right,
yes.
let's write that one down. Number 1, Stunna.
Yeah.
I like number 1, Stunna. I think from that era we could do better. Enter Sandman.
I mean, look, it's great, but I want rap when I think about
Rookie of the Year by Moneybagg Yo.
It's not terrible.
Young Jeezy. Put On by Young Jeezy.
Yes, it's a good one.
UNLV Beat Goes Hard. Set It Off, but Audio Slave, not Boosie. Back in Black.
Nah.
King Kong. Crazy Babies by Ozzy. A Milli by Lil Wayne.
I like A Milli by Lil Wayne. I also like Make 'Em Say by Master P. I'm serious.
You know what my stipulation's going to be.
I mean, yeah, I know when it's got to go, but I mean, that's a good one.
Make It Rain by Fat Joe. Neck. I mean, they live in Kansas.
Neck would be good.
They live in Kansas. Like, they don't know what that is.
It'd be an inside joke, though. Like, it would be, they could do Neck at least for one at bat. See, what I think, they should have different songs per at bat. But you could do Neck for one of the at bats, and then that would go viral. We could just post that on the internet.
That would be so good. You give me ideas. All right, let's get to Ask Ryan. Email us, tweet us, text us your questions for Ask Ryan. Ask Ryan. My Uncle Jerry said the carpool line isn't as bad as the wagon pool line he experienced. Brought to you by Optimize, generatorpeople.com, generatorpeople.com, generatorpeople.com. One more time, generatorpeople.com. What's the website?
Optimize.com.
Come on, man.
Generatorpeople.com.
Humor me. Jesus. Generatorpeople.com.
Generatorpeople.com.
And you only need to remember those two words because it's really that simple. Optimize does one thing. Generators. That's it. Not an electrical company that installs generators, not an HVAC company that also installs generators. They're not like I don't know. They're not a florist that also installs generators. Look, a generator is a commodity. There's a lot of different businesses that sell the same thing, right? It's a Generac. There's a lot of businesses that sell Generac generators.
Can I help with this?
So how do you cut through and decide?
You go to the people that do the generators. But here's the thing. Get a generator. If you're listening, get a generator. Your power's going to go out. A hurricane's going to come. If you don't have a generator, you're stupid. Get a generator.
Generatorpeople.com. So where should they go?
Generatorpeople.com. Optimize.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. Don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
This is Sports.
I'm Kevin Richard. The last time we saw the Florida State Seminoles play a football game, they were getting absolutely trucked by Georgia in the Orange Bowl, and that was after they sulked for a couple of weeks about not making the college football playoff last year as an undefeated ACC champion, albeit without their starting quarterback. Tomorrow it is turn the page time for the 10th-ranked Seminoles. Their season opener against Georgia Tech. The opener for college football, it's from Dublin, Ireland. ESPN's Jesse Palmer is going to be on the call. He likes the changes that Seminole head coach Mike Norvell has made to this FSU squad.
He's brought in some household names here, DJ Uyunglele being the biggest, the quarterback.
from Oregon State. But there are a lot of other guys that I think are very talented players, guys like Roydale Williams at running back, who was playing at Bama, guys like Malik Benson, who was playing wide receiver at Bama, Marvin Jones Jr. was a defensive end at Georgia.
Jesse Palmer going to have the call tomorrow for Florida State and Georgia Tech, the Aer Lingus Classic from Dublin, Ireland. Coverage on ESPN begins noon Eastern time. It follows a special edition of College Game Day live from across the pond. That begins at 9 a.m. Eastern time. According to ESPN Bet, the Seminoles are 10.5-point favorites. Your total tomorrow is sitting at 55.5.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance. It flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
Let's ride. You can't handle it.
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back? Back again.
Lisa, I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
You sir. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there. Make it a good one. Yeah, right. Lot to get to. We will get to our What to Watch Saints-Titans coming up in about 30 minutes from right now.
Okay.
What'd you think of the Harold Perkins getting number 7? Josh Williams and Greg Penn both wearing number 18. You got a thought there?
Yes, I do. I think that's right. Harold Perkins should be number 7. Look for some big things out of Harold Perkins this year. I'm excited about that. And then I do like Josh Williams in the 18.
What about Greg Penn?
Not so much.
Why not?
Really, I don't know. It's just whatever for me.
I don't get it. Why? Why just
I don't know. It's just I like Josh Williams at 18 though.
Why? Well, why is Josh Williams good, but Greg Penn's just
You know, I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way. But that's just the way I feel about it. Why do they do 2 18s?
Okay, now this, I can have this conversation with you. I don't get that either. Like, you have one on the offensive side, one on the defensive side. I'd say the same with 7s, too. Like, just pick one. You got one. Get one guy on the team.
Yeah, that's...
Why? Why don't you get one? Just get one.
Yeah.
By the way, look how little Will Campbell's jersey is. In this picture, he's holding up a 7.
Oh, wait. Will Campbell's number 7?
Yeah. So, he's number 66, but he can't wear a single digit. So, he has a 7 patch. He did that last year, too.
Was he 7? He had a 7 patch?
Yeah.
last year?
So, he just has a 7 patch on his shoulder. Like when Lloyd Cushenberry was 18. I mean, he was 79. He played center. He couldn't wear 18. If you're an offensive lineman, you have to be between 50 and 79. So, they just put like an 18 patch on his jersey.
Is every position like that? Do you have to be certain numbers? Just offensive line, huh?
Yeah. In the NFL, they used to be more regimented in the NFL with offensive line, with line of scrimmage, quarterbacks, skill guys. Like it used to be like receivers had to be, I think like
the 80s,
10 to 19, or in the 80s. You couldn't have single digit receivers basically. Like so, the only single digits you ever saw were like kickers and quarterbacks.
So is offensive line the only position group that has to have a certain number?
I think in college football now, yeah.
Yeah, because D linemen wear single digits, and it looks so stupid on them.
I don't know. Sometimes a single digit looks good on a D lineman.
It didn't look good on Mason Smith. It looked stupid. It made him look like a school bus. He looked so big. I wish a quarterback would come with a 50-something.
See, I don't think they can do that.
Why not?
I don't know, but I don't think they can. I think they have to be like 0
that needs to be
to
a
20
lawsuit.
or something.
No, that's bull. You can wear whatever number you want to wear.
We've seen quarterbacks in the 20s.
I want a quarterback.
Heath Schuler wore 22. Doug Flutie wore 22. We've seen quarterbacks wear 20.
No, I want one in the 50s, like 54.
That'd be awesome.
It really would be.
Just to see what it looked like. I don't know. I feel like quarterbacks need their, like it's the look good, play good thing. I think they have to wear a digit that they feel good in. It's hard as a lineman. I wore 67. I like that number.
Would you have felt more sexy in like 3 or 7?
No, because I wasn't good. I feel like if you're wearing that as a lineman, you're drawing attention to yourself. Like it's impossible to go to LSU practice. And Will Campbell at practice wears 7 as his practice jersey. It's impossible not to notice him because he's wearing a single digit. I didn't need to be in a single digit because I wasn't good. Like I wasn't the guy you wanted to pay attention to. I needed to blend in.
He wears 7 at practice?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's good.
Is it?
He's massive. He's 6'6". He's a massive dude.
He should be able to. You shouldn't have to wear a certain number. I want to see a quarterback with a big number. I think that should be a thing. And that's, you know what, it's BS that it's not.
If Jonah Williams comes to LSU, what number do you think he'd wear?
What number did Chad Jones wear? 3.
Chad Jones.
Yes.
God, so good.
Chad Jones was a problem.
Yeah, man. I mean, immediately, too. Like, as a freshman, immediately was a problem.
He was so big, so fast. He had fire tattooed on his leg. Like, he was an issue. He was something to deal with.
Oh, he also came 93 from the left side.
And he could hit,
just like showed up.
And he could really.
Yeah, I'm going to do spring ball, then I'm going to go play baseball. And by the way, I'm going to throw 93 from the left side in Omaha.
And hit.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was a freak. Look, LSU's they've had a couple, man. I mean, like some good players. Like Jared Mitchell was good at both. Now, he wasn't Chad Jones. He's a better baseball player than Chad, obviously. But he could play too.
But if Chad had, if baseball were Chad's primary thing, and the only thing he did pre-injury as well, he might have been that. You know, he could have been that.
Chad would have been a better position player.
Yeah, it would have been he could have played center field. Chad, and that's, by the way, the Jonah Williams point. Jonah Williams is 6'3" and a quarter, 206. That's Chad Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already physically built like that. And oh, by the way, he's also a power hitting center fielder that runs like a deer.
Yep.
Like whenever, when you hear people talk about Jonah Williams, and for those that don't know, Jonah Williams is the prospect out of Ball High School in Galveston. He's the number 1 safety in America, 5-star in the composite. He's the number 10 overall prospect, the number 1 safety. And he's also a guy that baseball scouts think is a top half of round 1 guy in next summer's draft, like we just saw with Connor Griffin. So he could go either route and be elite, but word is he wants to go to college to do both. So all right, baseball guy, give me your thoughts here.
I mean, look, if you're picking and you want to do both, what better place? I think we just talked about Chad Jones. There's been plenty of other guys that have done it here successfully at LSU. You can go back, years and years and years. But of the schools that are in this race, A&M, Texas,
LSU. That's right.
LSU. I mean,
Oregon's got a hat on the table as well,
but
it doesn't feel like that's what's going to happen here.
You could argue Texas a little bit. A&M should be out of the picture. The only reason they should even be in discussion is NIL money and how much loot they're throwing at the
Texas could do the same thing.
Texas is the exact same thing, but I would say they're better. I mean, their football's better and baseball's not better. I mean, LSU is the obvious choice.
Well, the baseball question is this. So A&M was recruiting Jonah Williams very hard in both sports. Well, both coaches are gone. Now, Jimbo's gone, and obviously Schlossnagle is gone as well. So when Schloss went to Texas, he obviously just ramped up recruiting Jonah Williams to Texas, where they were obviously already recruiting him for football. And that seems to be that's kind of how Texas got in the game and maybe even got the lead in this mix. But I guess for me, I look at it like this there, Rhino. If this comes down to a money thing, how does LSU even find a way to compete with Texas A&M? Now, Jonah Williams has said he can't be bought. It's not a money thing. This came up when Phil Knight in Oregon basically there was a report from Rick Neuheisel that Oregon and Phil Knight had given Oregon unlimited NIL. That's what he said, because he wanted to see him win a football championship before he kicked the bucket. And so Jonah Williams to that responded, I can't be bought. This isn't just going to be a money thing. Well, if it's not just a money thing, LSU's recruited him the best. They've had the most football and baseball success of the three programs we're discussing. It seems pretty easy. The variable that changes is, well, does he want to stay in Texas, which I don't know the answer to that, and money.
That and these prospects like this, inevitably, when you get to college, when you uptick that level, especially these schools that we're talking about, everybody's good now. Like the difference in talent isn't that great. And if this kid is spending half the year on the football field and then half the year on the baseball field, I promise you, Jay has a center fielder that's spending all of his time to be the starting center fielder. And so you run that risk, man, when you go to the real elite programs, baseball-wise, you run the risk of going, yeah, when I got here, I was the guy, but, man, this kid just keeps getting better, and I'm out here making tackles,
Unless if you're that good, it doesn't matter.
And, right, we've seen how many of those? Deion, Bo Jackson, Frank Thomas for a little while, and then he gave up football. I'd love to see another one of those guys. I mean, that's the most mesmerizing thing. And when you see a kid that can do that, especially at a school like LSU or Texas, where this isn't scrubs we're talking about.
I mean, Jameis did it at Florida State. I mean, he pitched at Florida State and was a Heisman-winning quarterback.
I don't remember him as a pitcher. I remember him as a Heisman.
It's because he won a Heisman.
Right. I don't know if he was any good in baseball or not. I know damn well Bo Jackson was really good at both. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you got to be exceptional. I mean, I would love to see it, man.
Have you seen him play ball?
No, I've not.
Okay. I was going to ask your thoughts on him as a player, but he's got everybody's attention, and Jonah Williams will make his announcement on Saturday. And, man, if LSU pulls this off and you got the number one corner in DJ Pickett, the number one safety in Jonah Williams, the number one running back in Harlem Berry, the number one quarterback in Bryce Underwood.
No excuses.
I mean, you are staring down the number one class in the country, and what should be the makeup of a championship team, a championship roster. So we'll see what the announcement comes down on Saturday. Maybe the Tigers pull off a big one. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com. More than 30 different offices across a dozen different states. If you weigh or measure something, Michelli sells services and rents the products you use to weigh and measure. Talk about that all the time, but I love reminding you as well about the TRACK system. It's an acronym, Track, Records, Assets, and Calibrations. If you go to the website and scroll down on the homepage, you'll see the TRAC acronym right there as you scroll down on the homepage, and you get all the info about the TRACK system where, again, it's 24/7, 365 access to all of your calibration certificates. And so and it's totally free. It's right there. So you can learn more about TRACK when you click that button. And great thing, like let's say hypothetically you ever get audited. Well, boom, immediately you have every calibration record you need right there. I mean, down to the day, time, and the name of the technician that calibrated your device. It's all there for you. So it's Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. Okay, y'all, it's After Further Review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. Theriot's here. Got a lot rolling here as we move through hour number 3. We'll catch up Musil Tigers and the pros when we come back. We got to pick out a walk-up song for my nephew. Shout out my godchild, Aiden Miller, 6 years old. By the way, he's going to be playing in the 7-year-old machine pitch league, and he's only 6.
Playing up.
How about my boy?
I like that.
And so we need a banger of a walk-up song. Set it off, blow the whistle, Boosie turn the beat up, Salt and Pepper push it, Fireman, So Fresh So Clean, some of the ones we've gotten already in there. So let us know. I like Neck. I think Neck is probably the play, actually. They live in Kansas.
Neck would be.
They don't get it.
It's going to be an inside joke.
Yeah.
But
I want it so I can put it on social media.
I think it'd be great.
All right, we'll continue. It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, the weekend is here. If you love Sunday brunch, do you love Sunday brunch? Some people love brunch. Do you love brunch?
Yeah, I like brunch. I like brunch.
A lot of people go look for brunch. Maybe you've done the brunch spots. If you've never done brunch at the Gregory downtown at the Watermark, you got to do it. Put it on your list. Affordable for the whole family. It's brunch. It's a nice brunch, but it's affordable for the whole family. Well, the food is amazing, and it's super convenient, and it's an ambiance unlike any other you'll have. I mean, it's an open-air restaurant right there in the lobby of the Watermark Hotel. All the great history of that building while modernizing as well. You see the art, the marbling. I mean, it's an historical building. And so you walk right in. You can see straight into the kitchen right there from the restaurant. The big charcoal oven that's inside of the lobby. It's amazing. Go try it this weekend. Brunch at the Gregory at the Watermark Hotel.
Back to school savings at Bayou Ford. $12,000 off F-150. $12,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150. And $10,000 off Expedition. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Hey, what's going on over at Alpha Customs?
Just making trucks awesome.
Making trucks awesome?
Yeah. That's
like with what? What do they do over there that makes them so awesome?
Lifting them up a little bit.
Yeah?
Yep, lifting them up a little bit.
What
throwing
about
the wheels and tires on them.
Good.
Yeah, bed liner, bed covers.
So good.
Window tint. Anything that you want to do to stand out and be a little bit different in your vehicle, go over to Alpha Customs. They can hook you up.
So good. All right, Muso. Tigers are the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
Oh, we've been talking about it all day long, but if you have not heard for some reason, Dylan Cruz is on his way to the show, being called up by the Washington Nationals, set to make his debut Monday night versus the New York Yankees. In his last game in AAA, Cruz goes 2 for 6. Both of them singles, drove in a run, scored a run as well. 271 his final average there. Hit 272 in 2 levels of minor league baseball this year. Now on to the show. The next guy who might be getting his call up is Trey Morgan, as he just continues to make a mockery of minor league baseball. 2 for 3 last night for the Montgomery Biscuits in Double-A, including his first career home run in Double-A. Pull side pop there for Morgan. 2 more RBI. In 3 Double-A games, he is hitting .625.
What do you think about that?
That's hard to do in any league.
This is why you come, for the insightful commentary from our
position-
baseball guy, Ryan Theriot.
What position
Former
do you
big
play?
leaguer.
That's hard to do in any league.
He DH'd last night.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to write that down so I can remember it the next time we talk about minor league baseball.
That's hard to do.
Anyway, that's with an apostrophe. Yes, that's a contraction. That's hard to do. What was it again?
In any league.
In any league. Put some quotes there around it.
I mean,
Mr. The Riot. Got it. Got it written down. Thank you. Thanks for that.
he DH'd last night to answer your question, Ryan. But
He's playing in the outfield?
He's been playing first as much as I've seen, mainly. And then let's see. To Major League Baseball news, the Cincinnati Reds have placed Jake Fraley on the 10-day injured list. Fraley dealing with a right knee sprain. He's got a right knee. So we'll
He's got
see.
a knee?
He's got a right knee, to be specific. A right knee, to be specific.
He doesn't have a left knee?
No, just the right.
Just the right one.
Just the right knee. So 10-day IL for Fraley. Paul Skeens.
Hey.
Did the deed last night. Win number 8, 6 shutout with 9 strikeouts against those Cincinnati Reds. They pulled him on just 87 pitches. And with that performance, Paul Skeens has now overtaken Jackson Merrill and is once again the favorite to win the National League Rookie of the Year.
What's the odds?
The odds are about minus 140 is what I saw early.
Muse? It was a heady call by you yesterday because Muse made the point. He said, look, Skeens is plus 130. He's one good outing away from being back in front of the Rookie of the Year odds. You may want to place your bet here while you're getting plus money. And I was like, you know what? It's a very salient point by Muse. He must have been thinking very clearly. So it had to be at or around 420 that we had this conversation when his mind was just clear and expanded and open to very clear and thoughtful and salient points. So I did. So I made my bet yesterday on Paul Skeens to win Rookie of the Year. Got him at plus money because, I mean, it was like minus 5,000.
Yeah.
At one point. It's like crazy.
In July. Just in July, it was minus 5. Minus $1.30 is Skeens odds at DraftKings right now. And we'll wrap it up. Micah Baskerville, big night last night for the Chicago Bears. 5 tackles in the ballgame and a pass defense.
A babe.
Yeah, Tigers and Pros.
All right, Tigers and the Pros, presented by Shaw Bills. presented by I feel like we haven't done that in a long time.
We haven't done that in a while.
I know. We haven't done that. Maybe it's just because when the Shaw Bills read comes up, whether or not you're here or not. Like, it could be hour number 1. It could just be something that we just miss like that, you know? Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com. You know where to find them with locations all over South Louisiana. Of course, started in Morgan City, moved up to Baton Rouge, westward, West Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Acadiana, Broussard, that whole area. Check them out at Shaw Bills. If you need tires, you go to Shaw Bills. They'll sell you the best tires at the cheapest price. And you need work done to your car, you need your tires changed, need your tires rotated.
Or you just want a good cup of coffee.
It's true.
They got out there too.
You've spent many a day there at the Burbank Shaw Bills.
I like Shaw Bills a lot. I really do.
I do too. They're awesome. They're the best. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling. All right, it's after further review. Wait, real quick. Let me see if I can get to some more of these walk-up songs. We got to come to an answer. We got to come to we got to get an answer. Sorry. So a couple of more. Pimp Juice by Nelly.
I mean, that's a little edgy, but yeah.
Shout out Dylan Hess. I mean, that's another one
where
it's the slow boom, 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 bum, bum, and then it goes right into it. So you get the attention-grabbing bum, bum, bum beat, and then it hits hard.
Yeah.
I like Pimp Juice.
I like it too.
What about Air Force Ones?
Nah.
I feel like you could go with any Nelly song.
Country Grammar would be really good.
I feel like there's a lot of people over the history of baseball that have used Country Grammar.
EI would be really good too.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the only Nelly song that I wouldn't do is, what was the one that was like, no matter what I do?
Yeah,
Kelly
Dilemma.
Rowland?
Dilemma.
Kelly Rowland, right?
Yeah, Kelly, yeah.
I wouldn't go there, but like literally anything else could work.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on what
You
you're
could
going
go
for.
with I Don't Like Ride With Me, but you could.
That always surprises me that you don't like that song, but yeah.
I think I have told this before. So freshman year in college when I was at Holy Cross, my roommate, shout out Rory Dippold from Skinny Atlas, New York, listened to that song on repeat.
He played it out.
Hate that song. Hate that song. And maybe it's because I associate it with this like nerdy upstate, shout out Roy, I love him, but he was a nerd. Nerdy upstate New York, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
Little nerdy white kid from upstate New York. Like, and so trying to dance to it, doing the shoulder thing and that, yeah, right? That's my association with the song for as long as it's been around. What?
Yeah, that's a hard visual.
It's hard. Yes, it's hard. I can't purge.
No.
Similar to the antithesis of this conversation where we started, and this whole thing started because of Back the Thang Up, and you asked, what's the first thing that pops in your mind? And I go, oh, man. Butts.
Yeah.
The video. Just
yeah.
shaking on the wall, the ground, the park, whatever. That's just what you think. So where it's borderline, like, it's what did we say? It's like equal parts like comical, offensive, sexual. It's all these different things all in one.
I got one.
What?
How old is he?
6.
Is it Sir Mix-a-Lot? I like big butts.
I mean, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Can you give it to me?
Yeah, hold on.
I mean,
but you have to get past the whole.
No,
oh my God.
you don't.
No, you have to. You can't get.
There's no
Becky,
pitch clock
Becky,
in
look
machine
at her
pitch.
Butt. It just has to start with, bum 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 bum. It has to start with the beat. You can't start with the oh my God.
I don't think
Becky,
so. I think we got to tell
butt.
Aiden. We got to be like, look.
Take your time.
Stop. Tie your shoe. Do something.
Talk to the coach.
Call timeout. Talk to the coach. We're gonna.
All right. Do you have it, Muse?
Yep.
All right. We'll do the whole intro. Right, ready?
Oh, you wanted the whole thing? I was gonna skip. Okay.
God, Becky, look.
Now batting.
It is so big.
Number 6.
One of those rap
Aiden
guys
Miller.
But who understands those rap guys? They
See,
only talk to her.
it has to start here.
because she looks like a total. I mean,
It has to start right there.
it's just so big.
Yeah.
It has to start right there. Now batting for the Tigers. Number 6. Aiden Miller.
I like big butts and I can't.
Yeah, you got it, right? Yeah.
I think that's it. What are you doing?
Twerking.
You're twerking.
Remember when you twerked on the set?
Oh, yeah. 3 or 4. That was when
You're
Gordy.
like, can I get up here? I was like, I think it'll hold.
Gordy
you.
was like, you can't have any beers before you come
don't
on the
do that.
show anymore.
No more of that. All right.
So what if he did this for one at bat?
All right, Sir Mix-a-Lot. We're putting it down.
Baby got back.
I know the name of the song.
Well, I'm just saying.
Jesus.
Maybe got back. Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot. That would be funny.
Can you name another Sir Mix-a-Lot song?
No.
That's my.
Why would I? Though?
So I don't need you to tell me the name of the song.
It wasn't necessarily telling you the name of the song.
I said it, yeah, I didn't.
More so just saying the name of the song.
I think he was trying to tell me the name of the song.
That would be.
Of course you think that.
Because I was writing it down, and you're like, "Baby got back." It's "Baby Got Back."
Were you going to say the name of the song after
No,
you said Sir
everybody knows
Mix-a-Lot?
the name of the song.
Okay, well there you go. So I was just saying the name of the
Everybody knows the
song.
It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Rouse. That was so stupid. Brought to you by Rouse's. The official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Hunt's over at Rouse's right now.
He is giving stuff away.
Slinging gift cards. Didn't he say go Trojans?
Something about go Trojans.
And then
I
he
don't
give
know
you
what
the
he's
gift
talking
card. What a weirdo. Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. They got the Rouse's truckload sale still going on over there. So they're just slinging stuff at discounted prices in that truckload sale.
I like
so you can
that.
go to the website, rouses.com. You can go to the Rouse's app, or you can go to the Rouse's Facebook page or Instagram. You can see all the deets about the truckload sale. It's all right there, what they have on sale. So, hey, look, weekend's here. A lot of people go make groceries on the weekend. If that's you, get by Rouse's. Especially, look, if you're buying on a budget, or if you're not, just go because Rouse's is awesome. They're still going to give you the best price and all this stuff. So it's Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, with like 70 locations from Lake Charles to Orange Beach, Alabama, and points in between. And they are local. It's Rouse's. Rouse's.com. Rouse's. This feels like home.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
So there is a video of like a little kid walking up to this, right? He's like doing the stanky leg, right?
Yeah, he's got like a little strut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like, while I love it, I feel like this one is something that's been done. So I'm thinking, what can we? It feels like everything's been done, but I mean, been done on a viral level where everybody's already seen it. So what could we do that would hit?
I mean, he could do.
We also got Ask Ryan coming up in less than 15 minutes.
He could do the right foot creep and just gritty all the way up to the thing. That would be something similar to this.
Corey said, "I wish it was a little bit taller." But that was that's not the name of the song. It was Skilo. Not Skilo. Skilo?
Yeah, I think so.
I wish was the name of the song by Skilo. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I wish it was tall.
Yeah.
I wish it was a ball.
It's about you, Muse.
Bro, shout out. I mean, what do you want me to do? Deny it? I mean,
Or you know who's got some good songs, dude, from back in the day? 311's got some decent songs that would be good walk-up.
So if I was going to give you one 311 song to be walk-up, I would say You Wouldn't Believe. Now, they don't know anything about it because they don't even know who 311 is. I had to tell them who 311 was. What would you say?
Well, I don't know the names.
Can you pull up
I was about to say, what was it? You Wouldn't Believe, you said?
The name of the song is You Wouldn't Believe. Pull that up.
So they've got some.
Down.
There's no cursing in that, right?
Down.
I don't need to find a clean version.
Rage Against the Machine has a couple that I think.
Do you want to go rock or do you want to go rap? This is You Wouldn't Believe. You know this?
I wouldn't go with this one. I'll go with Down. But
it's very, very similar as far as their tempo, the song. See, but then again, you can kind of see where I'm going. Like, you want slow walk with something that hits. Like the beginning of Thunderstruck. If the beginning of Thunderstruck wasn't so long, you could do that, but that's something that's obviously been done a ton.
I feel like this would be better for a pitcher out of the bullpen.
I think you need to get to the refrain. Get to the refrain and let it hit it. But anyway, all right. It's after further review. Saints-Titans preseason game number 3 is Sunday out at the Dome. I'll tell you a few things that I'm looking for in preseason game number 3. We're looking at everybody's projected 53-man rosters. Our buddy Ross Jackson from LouisianaSports.net has his up. And I think everyone naturally is looking at the backup quarterbacks. However, both guys are going to make the team. They're going to keep Spencer Rattler and Jake Haener. So they're going to keep 3 on the 53-man roster and on the active roster because they're not going to run the risk of having someone else sign them off the practice squad to an active roster. So they're going to make it. You're going to carry those 3 quarterbacks plus Taysom Hill. So it complicates things with the numbers. But here's my question. If week 1, and we saw this last year, where Derek Carr had multiple concussions, battled a shoulder injury all year.
Yeah, he's going to be broken.
You went to Jameis Winston last year.
Yeah.
Like, literally, ever since 2018, when Breeze banged his thumb off of Aaron Donald's helmet, every year at some point, you've had to play your backup. It's why they went and got a guy like Jameis Winston behind Breeze. And then ultimately, they went and got a guy who had played like a Trevor Siemian. I'm not saying that's a great option. I'm just saying he had been a starter in the league before.
Who's the other guy, the redheaded guy they got?
Andy Dalton.
Yeah, Dalton.
That's why they got Andy Dalton, and who ended up becoming the starter after Jameis got hurt. So I look at it and I go, it matters who wins that number 2 job. And while I think Rattler has the higher ceiling than Haener being a pro for a second year, everything they say about him, he's kind of like a killer. He doesn't look like it when you look at him.
He does not.
He's got that mentality that's just like Dagger, will step on his mom to win a game, like that sort of thing. You know what I mean? And so I think it's interesting to see how those 2 guys do in the first game, the first preseason game. Spencer Rattler was great. He led a touchdown drive, led the game-winning field goal drive. Last week, Spencer Rattler was not good. So something's had to give here with those 2 guys. And also, what order did they go? Remember, in the first preseason game, Haener came into the game first, and then Rattler got the second half. And then in the last one, Carr played 3 drives, then Rattler finished the first half, and Haener got the second half. So who goes which way first? That's what I'll be interested in.
How did Haener play
in the 2 preseason games?
In the second preseason game.
They've both been he's been not great.
Yeah, but you said he was a killer.
I know. And he practices well, but that's why I'm also not looking at the preseason game as like the only measure of success or failure of how this goes. That's one. I am fascinated to see what they do on the offensive line because you've got 2 starters, and Dennis Allen has said this on the record. You have 2, like this week, he said, we got 2 guys we feel good about, and it's Eric McCoy and Cesar Ruiz. You came into camp feeling good about 2 guys, and now at this point, you still only feel good about those 2 starters.
Oh, we're screwed.
Now, if Taliesin Fuanga becomes your starting left tackle,
what did you just say?
If Taliesin Fuanga becomes your starting left tackle, which I think he will, what?
Taliesin Fuanga?
Taliesin Fuanga.
Yeah,
he was the first-round pick this year.
We're done. Who would draft that guy in first round with a name like that in the first round? But you know what? I'm okay with it. I take that back. I'm perfectly fine with it. Because I want them to lose every game. Every single game.
And why do you want them to lose every game?
They just said they have 2 offensive line. How many people play offensive line?
5.
So 3 of them are scrubs, and we have 2 that we feel good about. Like, feel good about is not even saying that are good players. I just feel good that they can play the position, in other words.
McCoy is very good. Ruiz is just a guy. Fuanga could be awesome. And he's been your left tackle all throughout camp, but he injured his back, so he didn't play in the last preseason game, but he's back now. We'll see if he plays on Sunday, but I think they might feel good about it. I think he's shown he's competent and could be really good.
This team sucks, bro.
Yes.
Holy moly.
Yes, they are going to suck this year.
Gosh.
I don't even see a way around it.
Well, at least we can pull the clip, the dumpster fire for Nussmeier. We can pull that clip, and
that was when we were doing the Ride podcast.
Yeah, that was a while back.
Before you just decided to stop showing up.
Yeah, that was a while back, and they can get him, and we can get a real quarterback in here if they. What's the worst record the Saints have ever had? Have they ever just lost?
They were 1-15 in 1980. It's when they got the number 1 pick and they took George Rogers, the Heisman running back out of South Carolina.
I hope they don't win a game.
That's not going to happen.
I'm pulling for them to lose every game.
Listen, here's what I'll say. This is I think still a very competent, if not good, defensive team. I think Brian Brzee, your first rounder of a year ago, looks like he has taken a big. He was a good player rotational a year ago. I think he can be a good starter for you this year.
What position does he play?
Defensive tackle. So I'm working my way through the defense. I think you're still very good at linebacker with Demario Davis and Pete Werner when they're healthy. I think you're elite at cornerback with Lattimore and Adebo and Taylor, and you drafted Kool-Aid McKinstry. I think you are elite at corner. You got 4 guys that I could say, I'm good with any of them. You have Tyron at safety, who's getting older, and then you got Jonathan Abram and Jordan Howden at the other safety spot, who I think are good NFL starting caliber players. They're not great, and I think you could look for an upgrade. But the defense, I think, is fine. And Dennis Allen has built good defenses here. That's undeniable. He's a really good defensive coach, and I think they will be a good defensive team. Maybe not a top 5. They might not be the Browns from last year. They're not going to be a top 5 defense in the NFL, but are they going to be a good, better than serviceable defense? Yes, I think that. I just don't know that I trust anything on this offense to work. I don't like Derek Carr.
No,
the offensive line is not good. You have an aging Alvin Kamara. You have probably...
Who plays wide receiver?
I was going to say next. You probably have the weakest wide receiver, top to bottom wide receiver room, the least depth.
Would you say...
In the NFL.
Would you say LSU has more depth than they do? Wide receiver?
So this is going to... Hold on. It's a fair question, and I'll answer it. Muse, when you were putting show prep doc this week, didn't you find something that rated by position group? I thought maybe you found something where the Saints.
It wasn't this week. It was something similar. They rated teams by skill position. Or wait, no, I know what you're talking about.
I thought it was something like the Saints receivers were 29th.
I know what you're talking about. Let me find it.
All right, see if you can find that. But so the interesting thing is to your question, would I take out LSU or the Saints? This year,
yeah,
I would take right now, I would take the Saints because they're still pros, and you can't let this
last year's LSU wide receiving core.
Yes,
against this year's Saints wide receiving core.
I would take last year's LSU because Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas are pros. I think Kyron Lacy is a pro as well. I think any of those 3 are better than any of. Let me rephrase. Chris Olave is a 1,000-yard receiver at the NFL level. Rashid Shaheed is a 700-yard guy a year ago and is a total burner. Those are legit guys. Those are legitimate NFL receivers. So too are Neighbors and Brian Thomas. After those 2, everyone you have is a pro. There are professional football players that have made a roster, and they're don't have any misgivings. But if you ask me, if we fast forward 10 years from now and say who had a better run collectively, the receivers on LSU's roster today or the guys on the Saints roster today, I would tell you the LSU guys. If you gave me Lacy and Hilton and Daniels and Xavier Thomas and Shelton Sampson and Kyle Park, you give me all those guys, and you gave me Olave Shaheed, A.T. Perry, Bub Means, Cedric Wilson, you say, all right, in 10 years, who's going to have a better resume in 10 years? I would take the guys at LSU now. But today, give me Olave and Shaheed because they're already established in the NFL. I mean, it's a silly hypothetical, but you asked it, so I wanted to answer it.
A silly hypothetical would be: would you rather the St. George Dragons 7th and 8th grade wide receiving core or the New Orleans Saints?
Okay,
that would be a silly hypothetical.
That would be a silly hypothetical.
This one is legit.
Let me just say then, it's an unrealistic hypothetical because obviously that's never going to happen. But if I had to say, if we look back in 10 years from now and say who had longer, better cumulative pro careers.
Oh, that's
the guys
without
do.
a question.
Because, like, I don't think maybe Bub Means becomes a quality player. I don't know that I believe he will. Maybe A.T. Perry becomes a really good, consistent player. I don't know that he will. But it's interesting. I mean, we'll just wait and see.
Let me just say this too. I think Alvin Kamara stinks. I'm over him.
I do not want Alvin Kamara slander. You're going to take that and you're going to walk.
I think he
You're going
stinks.
to no. You're going to take that and you're going to walk that right out the door.
Mm-mm.
Because Alvin Kamara is the most dynamic offensive player the Saints have ever had. He's the
Reggie Bush.
Alvin Kamara is a undeniably and a better NFL player than Reggie Bush. Not even debatable. Listen to me. Not even debatable. You can get all hype about what Reggie was when he was drafted, but Alvin Kamara is the New Orleans Saints all-time touchdown leader. He's just a man that's approaching 30. He has had a lot of wear and tear recently, especially because when they got rid of Mark Ingram, he had to shoulder a larger burden. But Alvin Kamara, in his career, has stupid pop-ups. Alvin Kamara has 54 career rushing touchdowns and what is this?
Eric Martin's better
and
than
23 career receiving touchdowns. What you got, Muse?
Well, I found the receiver thing.
Go ahead, because I'm quick. So, and then Reggie Bush in his career has 36. Reggie Bush had 36 rushing touchdowns. Kamara's at 54. Reggie Bush had 18 receiving touchdowns. I told you Kamara's at 23. Yards per carry for his career. This is organized.
How many kick returns
so
or punt
terribly.
returns?
Hang on.
I think Joe Horn's a better player than Alvin Kamara, honestly.
Reggie Bush, 4.3 yards per carry. Alvin Kamara, 4.4 yards per carry. Everywhere you go up and down, Kamara has been a better pro than Reggie Bush. Period. That's not even debatable. He's the greatest, most dynamic skill player the Saints have had. I will not take the Alvin Kamara blasphemy. It is fair, however, to say he is on the backside of his career and he's a descending player right now, which happens to everybody. And I happen to think that's the case with Kamara. I hope that he's healthy and has a great bounce back year. But we'll wait and see. All right, really quickly, Muse, go ahead.
Yeah, they ESPN did this ranking. They ranked the Saints wide receiver core 28th out of 30. It was the third lowest ranked position group on the Saints team.
All right, so I thought I remember that correctly. So that's not even me saying it. That's ESPN's metric saying the Saints are the 28th best receiving. So you're not good at receiver. You're not good at quarterback. You're not good on the offensive line. You could be okay at tight end. You got an aging, descending running back. I just don't think this offense is salvageable. So we'll get an answer soon enough. Okay, I got a break. We'll come back, wrap up with Ask Ryan. Don't you move.
AFR.
Brought to you by Glow Resources, GLO, glowresources.com. They are complete employer solutions. If you're having trouble finding the people for the hard-to-find jobs in your organization, if that's making you less efficient, if it's costing you time and money, you need Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com. Maybe the most affirming statistic I can give you is 93%. Glow Resources has a 93% retention rate. When they hire someone for your business, 93% retention rate. And oh, by the way, if it doesn't work, they're either going to give you a prorated refund or they're going to find you someone new for free. It's Glow Resources. What do you have to lose? Find the right people. Be more efficient. They are complete employer solutions. GLO, glowresources.com, glowresources.com.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, you know, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, you know. We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, what's the verdict? What song are we going for? My godchild, my little nephew Aiden Miller, 6-year-old, playing in the 7-year-old machine pitch, because that's what we do. We play up.
It's what we do.
We don't play down, we play up. I don't leave it again. Come on. Oh, that's all I heard. I wanna leave it again. I wanna leave it on the way, on the way, yeah. And I go and I say and I hold and I wait and I hold out again.
AFR.
You think we could play at Supper Club?
Yeah.
You think Brandon would hire us?
Yes.
I mean, you think all the businessmen and women, the beautiful people on date night, celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, all the great things in life that you love to celebrate with a gorgeous meal, with beautiful people, great spirits. You think we would just add to the ambiance at Supper Club?
I think it
if
would.
you and I had a microphone and we just went to town?
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to put in that request. In the meantime, the weekend's here, y'all. Get on by Supper Club if you haven't done it yet. You don't have a reservation? Call. There might be a cancellation. It's worth it. Try your luck. If not, just get on by, grab a couple of spots at the bar. Open seating at the bar at Supper Club. You want a night you'll never forget, a dining experience unmatched, unparalleled in this city or anywhere in this state or this country, you want Supper Club. It is a world-class dining experience right there on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge. Get on over and get your reservations. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance, with the latest in office technology, from desktop to